Hello guys, welcome to the brand new live stream. तो क्या हाल है लड़का? वाड़ा boys, what up? Guys, finally खड़े परिश्रम के बाद अपना प्यारा SVRP 2.0 आने वाला है किसी भी पल किसी भी समय. तो कैसा महसूस हो रहा है लौंडा? What's up? Hello Vishnu, hello Dark Boy, hello Indrajit, hello Rakesh, hello Cheat Bhai, hello Prajwal, hello Will Shadow, hello Sanket, hello Yelroy, hello what's up, hello Invoker, क्या हाल है लौंडा? क्या हाल है? Hello Rajkumar, what's up boys, what's going on boys? No TXD. अलोन वोकर भाई मार रखी है यूट्यूब ने मेरी, पता तेरे को? अलोन वोकर मार रखी है यूट्यूब ने, नोटिफिकेशन नहीं भेज रहा आज तो. रवि दिखा दे, सर्वर ही डाउन है जीत भाई, सर्वर ही डाउन है. कहाँ से दिखा दूं, कहाँ से? सर्वर ही डाउन है ब्रदर. कम्युनिटी मीटिंग है, उसमें चलते हैं फिलहाल. लेट्स सी क्या होता है. हेलो भाई, व्हाट्स अप इंद्रजीत, हाउ वी डूइंग बॉयज? What up? Always. We'll just, it's meeting time, okay? It's just meeting time. It's fucking meeting time and we're gonna fuck, like, we haven't got any shit, bro. Yeah. What's up, Moderator? क्या हाल है? हेलो सर, अपडेट आया क्या और मेमोरी लॉस होगा? अभी नहीं आया. ये टूर्नामेंट कुछ नया है या वही जानने वाला है? नया आने वाला, बहुत कुछ नया. हेलो इंद्रजीत भाई, क्या हाल है? इंद्रीत भाई, क्या हाल है भाई? क्या हाल है? बहुत ज़्यादा ग्लिच चल रहा है तेरे चैनल पर भाई, कई दिन से आ रहा नई रिकमेंडेशंस आती. आई नो अलोन वोकर, आई नो ब्रो, मेरे चैनल का कुछ ग्लिच हो चुका है. यूट्यूब इज नॉट फकिंग सेंडिंग एनी notification and my mind is getting fucked about that, but it's okay. Gucci man, but क्या कर सकते हैं वो, क्या कर सकते हैं. अब YouTube को पर्सनल होना है तो होने दो ना भाई, क्या ही कर सकते हैं. और जो जनवरी में आया था वो क्या था? जनवरी में इसमें 2.0 का कोई अपडेट ही नहीं आया. हेलो सुजीत अंधारे, व्हाट्स अप, हाउ आर यू डूइंग बॉयज? अभी मीटिंग है, देखते हैं. हेलो अमन, शैडो बैन, आई डोंट नो, आई नीड टू टॉक टू यूट्यूब देन इफ ऐसा कुछ है तो. ये नोटिफिकेशन नहीं आ रहा, कुछ बैन हुआ या क्या हुआ है मेरे को नहीं आइडिया ब्रो. व्हाट द फक, नो नोटिफिकेशंस अगेन भाई. मैं देखा अभी टैब, सीजी कांड मार लो भाई, क्या ही बोलूं. और भाई किसकी भाई, यूट्यूब मेरी ले रहा है फिलहाल तो. अरे काफ़ी दिन बंद रहा था वो, किस लिए था जनवरी में? वो तो कुछ कॉपीराइट क्लेम वगैरह पड़ा तो सर्वर पे, इस वजह से आया है. वाई नोटी यार, सबको नहीं गया ब्रो, सबको नहीं गया. खोलो भाई, ठीक है, से मेरे नो नोटिफिकेशन. देखो भाई, अगर ऐसा सीन है ना भाई, एक हेल्प चाहिए सबसे, जस्ट फकिंग शेयर इट विद योर फ्रेंड्स. एवरीवन ऐसा है जो जिसको जानते हो उसको बताओ. कोई किसी तरीके की हेल्प कर सकता है इस रिलेटेड मेरी, तो इट वुड बी ग्रेट. अगर नहीं कर सकता तो फिर हम भी कुछ नहीं बोलेंगे, लेकिन अपने दोस्तों को या किसी भी स्ट्रीमर को जानते हो जिससे, जिसको पता है ये सब, दैट वुड बी ग्रेट मैन. गया भाई, सबको नहीं जा रहा ब्रो, सिर्फ 10% पीपल्स को जा रहा है, 10% को सर. लाइक शेयर सब्सक्राइब, यस बाजर जी. क्या हेल्प? नोटिफिकेशन नहीं जा रहा ब्रो, ना रिकमेंडेशंस हो रही, नथिंग. भाई देखो कितने बंदे हैं. तो यहाँ डिस्कॉर्ड पे क्या हो रहा है? SVRP कम्युनिटी मीटिंग है ब्रो, कम्युनिटी मीटिंग. ये क्या दिखा रहा है? लाल. किस बारे में? व्हाट्सअप आज. हेलो ईशान, हाउ यू ब्रो? आज मेरे को आया नोटी, ओके आया तो इट्स गुड. हेलो जेमैन, व्हाट्सअप 2.0 के नशे हुआ? पता नहीं ब्रो. हमें भी सुनाई देगी क्या मीटिंग? यस ब्रो, तुमको भी सुनाई देगी. मीटिंग स्टार्ट होने दो. हाइप फॉर 2.0 बॉयज. हाइप तो हो गई बहन चोद, यहाँ पे लगे बड़े हमारे, हमको रोना आ रहा है. रेगुलर लोगों को आ रहा है नोटिफिकेशन, रेगुलर लोगों को आ रहा होगा, हो सकता है, प्रोबेबली यस. हेलो चंद्र प्रकाश, व्हाट्सअप, क्या हाल है? बड़े लोल, मेरा नोटिफिकेशन अब आया, आ रहा है क्या नोटिफिकेशन? फिर ठीक है. चार्ली पुट भी है मीटिंग में. चार्ली पुट, हु इज चार्ली पुट? और आका भाई तो आने से रहा इसमें, हाँ ये तो है. ईडीएम मीन्स कैमरा इनकमिंग, कैमरो नहीं है ईडीएम में ईशान, नो कैमरा ब्रो. व्हाट्सअप अरुण सिंह, हाउ यू डूइंग मैन? आई नो चुम्मी इधर, आई नो चुम्मी इधर। अब ये भी होने वाला है कि जो गैराज हम सेम गैराज में रख देते थे ना, वो वाला सिस्टम भी खत्म होने वाला है। भाई क्या हुआ? यूट्यूब इज गेटिंग पर्सनल टू मी। सर्वर वाइप होने वाला है क्या? नो, आई एम रेगुलर ऑफलाइन देखता मैं मैक्सिमम, बट आ नहीं आता नोटिफिकेशन। कोई चले वर्ल्ड फेमस सिंगर। ओ आई डोंट नो। लोल मेरा नोटिफिकेशन अब आया, आने दो, आ रहा है नोटिफिकेशन था। एक सेकंड। राका भाई की कमेरी देखी है क्या तूने? देखी है, लेकिन अपडेट में कैमरो नहीं है। अच्छा इट्स गुड ना, नोटिफिकेशन आ रहा है तो। बट आ जाए तो अच्छा, नहीं आया तो क्या करें? कितनी देर चलेगी ये? नो आइडिया ब्रो। ये कौन है आज? ओ भाई, फुल स्टॉक कर दूंगा भाई आज सबको। 2.0 अभी तक नहीं हुआ ब्रो, अभी तक तो नहीं हुआ ब्रो। चल के कहूँगा थैंक यू स्विफ्ट टू क्यों बनाया है। अपडेट्स आए हैं, उसका मतलब ये है 2.0 का। टिकटॉक बाज, वाह क्या नाम है। भाई नोटिफिकेशन प्रॉब्लम, यस। आज अगर राका भाई ने आरपी नहीं खेली तो बच्चे बहुत तारा करेंगे। ईशान अगर आज सर्वर अप ही नहीं आया तो क्या आर करेंगे बच्चे। आज अप होगा क्या? वो तो अब पता चलेगा। अभी तक तो अप हुआ नहीं है, अप होगा तो पता चलेगा। उन्होंने सब कुछ आ जाएगा क्या? नो, नथिंग। अबे साले ईशान। और यार मेरा ना कई 2-3 दिन से इस वजह से वायलेंट फक्ड हो रहा है। ये देखो तुमको दिखाता हूँ, ये देखो। मैंने कल एक सर्वे टाइप डाला था अपनी कम्युनिटी पोस्ट पे, जिसमें बहुत लोगों ने अंग्रेजी का मजाक बनाया मेरी, लेकिन ठीक है। तो आई हैव गोट लिटरली 1300 वोट्स ऑन दैट कम्युनिटी पोस्ट, 1300 पोस्ट वो वोट्स कम्युनिटी पोस्ट में, जिसमें से 63% को नोटिफिकेशन नहीं जा रही एंड 37 को जा रही है, जिनमें भी कई बकर लोग होंगे। तो मतलब इट्स नॉट गोइंग नोटिफिकेशन 70% ऑफ द पीपल को। 30 को जा रही है, जो लोग आ जाते हैं, या कोई यूट्यूब से आ जा, कोई रिकमेंडेशन से आ जाता है, या कोई डिस्कॉर्ड से आ जाता है, बाकी लोग हैं भाई वो। भाई मेरे को तो भाई जीमेल में भी आता है, थक गया डिलीट करके लॉल। एसवीआर पे के क्या 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 चेंज है, वो तो आने के बाद ही पता चलेगा ना। हम तो चले ज्वाइन खेलने, ये ठीक है, गैराज वाला सही था ना पहले सबके साथ फ्लेक्स कर देते, अब नहीं कर सकते। हम रेगुलर दैट्स व्हाई आई गेट बाय द। कैसे हो? अरे आदित्य भाई बहुत बढ़िया, आप बताओ क्या हाल है?
Sorry, the stream has a maximum number of viewers. Wow, bhai. Nice.
Oh yeah, 50 limit.
Versus check DM.
Mm-hmm.
हमें डिस्कॉर्ड पे नोटिस मिला। डिस्कॉर्ड पे मिलता है, ऐसे भी बोलते हैं डिस्कॉर्ड में क्या हाल है सहज गगन भाई, बढ़िया भाई। मेरे को तो आती है प्रॉपर नोटिफिकेशन, सबको नहीं आती, सबको नहीं आती, वही चीज़ बोल रहा हूँ, सबको नहीं आती। बाय द वे गन स्टोर में स्नाइपर भी है क्या? मैंने मेरे को देखा था बाय करते हुए सिर्फ मेन में। वो स्नाइपर नहीं है, वो हंटिंग राइफल है। इट विल बी ओनली यूज फॉर हंटिंग राइफल। SRP का लिंक, सर्वर का लिंक दे दो। ये लो SRP का डिस्कॉर्ड लिंक।
Hello. Okay.
हेलो डार्क माई व्हाट्सअप, ओ माय बैड, यस। मुझे तो रिमाइंडर सेट करना पड़ता है। सही है यार, रिमाइंडर सेट कर लो। जब भी मैं आजकल स्ट्रीम जल्दी वो कर देता हूँ कि लोगों में रिमाइंडर तो चला। अरे सेवन आकाश क्या हाल है भाई? मेंबरशिप लो
Just
यार
give a
सेवन आकाश।
second,
व्हाट इज
guys.
दिस बिहेवियर
Just need
यार?
to catch some.
We
पता
need a
क्या what's
meeting
up?
general channel, right?
It's there already. I'm just gonna unlock.
Okay.
Guys, can you check if you can type over there? Meeting. Alright. I should just make a PTS channel.
भाई तो
Yes,
क्या हाल?
I
अरे
will.
ईशान भाई बहुत बढ़िया। भाई 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 चैट की स्पीड देखो भाई, फुल आरआर हो रहा था। रशर की स्ट्रीम पे देख लो भाई, सोच रहे हैं रशर वू रशर
I'm making a PTS channel, okay?
Yeah.
I'm making a PTS channel, okay?
We can watch it boys. ले दो ब्रो मेंबरशिप नेक्स्ट में। तो ये भी ठीक है, ये तो
Can
वेरी
you guys
नाइस है।
see the meeting PTS?
Just one person, right? Yes. Okay, that's a stop.
Alright,
Stop.
alright,
Stop.
alright,
Stop.
alright.
Stop,
Alright, I'm gonna
करो।
keep a slow mode now.
सॉन्ग यूज कर लोगे भाई? कैस पर भाई पूछने की बात है यार, करो यार, आराम से करो यार।
Alright.
So Aviator,
So
are we
15 minutes.
taking
What
are
is
we
this?
taking,
Community
like,
meeting, community meeting.
the voice PTS or
Alright.
the
So
text
guys, what we'll
PTS?
do is, okay, before we start the meeting, just few ground rules. Everyone's muted, of course. PTS, it's gonna be text based, okay? And if we believe a scenario needs more explanation via voice, we'll unmute you for that. So for PTS, you can put your point over there in text and we will get to them one by one. Remember, there's a 15-minute slow mode, so like think well before you put it there. And yeah, apart from that, that's the main thing. And some of you might be wondering why it took so long for the community meeting, because the last one was quite a while back. But yeah, we've been observing the server since then, and we decided to keep the meeting right before we get 2.0 out for you guys, so that we could deal with some of the issues that we've been seeing happening over the past few months in the server.
Thanks भाई। why is this notification आया था उनको बोलो
All right,
subscribe
so first of all, I'm
करता
just
रखो
going to
एक stream
introduce
की।
something that we're
करता
going to
हूँ मैं, डाल रहा
be
हूँ।
implementing once 2.0 is out. So we're going to be shifting over onto the forum. Okay, I'm going to quickly. I don't know if I'm just going to try to screen share. I don't think most of you will be able to join. Just give me a.
We can do multiple screen shares.
No, it's fine. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, we can. Like, no worries. Like, if you guys want, yeah, we can do. Light, why don't you go ahead and open one as well? So like,
Yeah.
the 50 is the limit.
Zero,
Stream
but
one.
we don't have option to screen
Yeah,
share.
give me prompt.
Oh yeah, give me a sec.
बस
Who's
पे
gonna give
डिस्कॉर्ड लिंक
light?
दे दो। अरे ऊपर डाला है ब्रो, जस्ट ऊपर डाला, चेक कर लो भाई। सब ज्वाइन कर लिया तुम्हारे भाई ने। प्रो है भाई तुम्हारा भाई, तेज में लेता है काम को,
See
देख
if
रहे
you
हो?
can do that now. Light.
Yes, I can.
A quick
All right.
tutorial video will be uploaded soon as well regarding the forums.
प्रो है भाई तुम्हारा भाई, ऐसे ज्वाइन कर
Alright,
लेता है
so
स्ट्रीम।
basically
बहुत तेज
the
हो रहा है।
conventional method of having our applications on Google Forms and you guys getting notified through Discord about your form, etc., is all gonna get shifted onto this form. It's still a work in progress, but it will be done in a few days, worst case. Okay, so it's pretty self-explanatory. Announcements, etc. There'll be a Discord bot that integrates it into Discord, so you'll get a tag on Discord as well. So don't worry about that. And right now it's still under progress. It's pretty basic. You've got your whitelist applications. Like for obviously this is not for whitelist people, but your general forms, that is DOC, priority adjustment,
What
support
up
inquiries,
सोहम,
ban
क्या हाल
appeals,
है
etc.
भाई?
Everything will be shifted on over. It's pretty self-explanatory. You guys, like for example, if you want to make a support inquiry, you just select the node, and within it you will see
नहीं नहीं,
the
पुरानी
tab
वेक्टर
for
डिलीट
it,
नहीं हो रही।
the part where you need to go, and you can go ahead and make your support inquiry. Not that difficult. And yeah, I'll just show you guys
हेलो
how you
सनी,
need
व्हाट्स अप?
to. So basically how it works is it will automatically integrate with Discord. So if you guys have the whitelisted role on Discord, you will get the whitelisted role here as well. I don't have it as of. But to do that, you need to make sure that your account is connected to the form. So you guys can go ahead and make the the account on the form yet and associate it with the Discord account, but it won't be functional until a little while after 2.0 has been released. So you just need to go over here to your profile and you need to go to connected accounts and you'll see Discord right here, and you just need to click associate. Everything else is self-explanatory. It'll ask you to log into your Discord and
Yeah.
it'll associate, and automatically you'll be given the whitelist role. And the priority will be shifted here as well. You'll have a store button. Currently it's under the work, so everything will be shifted over to the form. So once you guys have made your accounts, I suggest you guys go ahead and just take a look around the form, understand how most of the things work, and like go through all of the terms and conditions, etc., about the server. And if you have any doubts, you can feel free to make tickets.
Enjoy.
And yeah, that was mainly the form. We just move on to the next thing here.
Next बारी.
So, as most of you know, the meeting's been held because 2.0 is, I don't know if it's safe to say coming soon. I think I might create a riot if I say soon again. But it will be here by tomorrow. All right. So, that's going to let a lot of people down who are expecting it today. But there's a little bit of back end work like moving over the database, etc., and just making sure it's in a perfect condition for you guys to enjoy. So, it will be here tomorrow. And some of you guys can probably tune into Rashid. He's going to give you guys a small sneak peek of it. And yeah, so server is going to be here tomorrow. It will have almost 99% of things ported over. We're just trying to make sure there are no bugs and unnecessary things that would ruin your experience. And yeah, like you can just join the team. Only 50 people can join. That's unfortunate, but there's nothing that can be done about that as of now. And
टाटा बाय बाय खत्म वही ना.
so two main things. First of all, form being shifted over, 2.0 coming tomorrow. And again, so now we're just going to go through a few points that we've had, that we've observed in the server regarding roleplay over the past few months. And after we've discussed all the points, we'll go ahead and handle PTS. All right. So you guys can go ahead and put your PTS right now, but we'll get to them after server staff has completed most of the points they want regarding the server.
सीजी बच्चों वाली बात नहीं करना. तेरे को बताया था ना मैंने. 50 वो डिस्कॉर्ड का वो है ब्रो. It's Discord glitch, my friend.
Alright, so I'm gonna start with the points. First thing first, like अभी भी सर्वर्स में कुछ लोगों के ऐसे नाम हैं जो कि like somewhere ends with दल्ला 420. Please थोड़ा एफर्ट दो नाम पे. Second thing regarding DOCRP, सर्वर में DOCRP आ चुकी है, so please अभी भी अगर आप सर्वर में जेल होने के बाद
What is the major update into
RP दो, DOC उधर खड़ी है पूरे दिन, DOC को RP दो, that will be good. फिर last 30 minutes रॉबरी,
क्या होगा?
लास्ट 30 मिनट्स की रॉबरी जो बाकी है प्लीज़ उस पर अभी मत करो, क्योंकि लास्ट 30 मिनट्स पे अभी भी रॉबरी हो रही है. बहुत अनाउंसमेंट डाल चुके हैं. एंड आई मीन जब भी रॉबरी कर रहे हो तो प्लीज़ थोड़ी थोड़ा और क्वालिटी आरपी हो सकती है. रोज़ रॉबरी चल रही है, एक ही गाड़ी से एक ही जगह से एस्केप हो रहा है. आई मीन दैट डजंट साउंड्स गुड. एंड प्लीज़ थोड़े इंटरेक्शंस और बढ़ाओ. एक ही ग्रुप में घूम रहे हो पूरे दिन, एक ही बंदों से बात कर रहे हो. आई मीन बाकियों को अवॉइड करते हो, वो चीज़ नहीं होनी चाहिए. एंड फॉर कॉप्स आई मीन यू गाइस शुड बी एक्टिव मोर,
कल आ रहा है, कल आ रहा है.
करोगे तभी डीओसी
थंबनेल बनता है सोहम पर तो दोनों कैरेक्टर्स का मिक्स बनता है. और
लास्ट थिंग
एक साथ
ओसी हर सिनेरियो में जाना बंद कर दो, क्योंकि मोस्ट ऑफ द सिचुएशन कभी भी गलत होती है. तुम एनआरपी ओसी जाने लगते हो, वहाँ पे सॉल्व करने लगते हो. आई मीन लेट इट बी फॉर नाउ. अगर कुछ गलती होती है आगे जाके तो आई मीन बाकी टिकट्स में सॉल्व.
और गाइस रेड डॉट भी आ चुका है.
आरपी जैसी चल रही है आरपी को वैसी रखो. अगर वो पकड़ा गया कुछ गलती के कारण, लेट इट बी, उसको जेल कर दो, बट ओसी मत जाओ. उस सीन में उस रोक के उस चीज़ को ओसी मत करो. सिंपल, आई मीन लेट इट बी इन आरपी ओनली. आगे तू जाओ.
Alright, so I'll just elaborate on a few of his points. Alright, so first of all, having a
कौन बोल
realistic
रहा है?
name, all right? So
पितानी.
like Sunny already said, having names that do not make any sense, like crazy names and all, so just like work on those. Like some names is understandable, like a few names which have a little bit discrepancies as compared to general names, but you know, something that is within the limits of RP, like don't have an absolutely vague or crazy name. Apart from that, like you said, DOCRP, I'm gonna let we've got the person Easy MG. He'll go ahead and explain you guys about DOCRP. He's the best one to talk about that. So we leave that for now. So one very important point which has been happening
क्या भाई
a
कंप्यूटर
lot
है
in
भाई?
the server is related to overseas toxicity. All right. So as you, most of you guys would have experienced it at least once, is or heard of it at least, is the NRP things being taken over to Discord DMs, Discord servers, voice channels, and toxicity being spread in regards to that. So like some of you know already that the server is completely against OC toxicity, and anyone found spreading OC toxicity or found being a part of it will be punished in accordance. And so yeah, so just anything like example like judging someone else's RP and talking shit on your stream, or talking shit on a Discord, DMing a person that your RP is shit,
Oh
talking shit
man.
about other people's scenarios, and overall spreading
Can we join?
toxicity in
No.
the community
You can watch
is a
on
bannable
stream,
offense.
bro.
So you guys need to be very careful of that. There's several bans which have been already handed out to many
Church
whitelisted members
fan.
throughout the community. So you guys need to be very careful about what you guys, especially streamers, what you guys stay on streams about other people's RPs. You have to be careful about the words you use to make sure that you aren't spreading any sort of toxicity. And of course, Discord DMs and overall
Hello
spreading
Ryder,
hate
what's
within the
up?
community needs to stop. All right. Moving forward is another point that is basically integrated with OC toxicity is roleplay blurring. Now, some of you already know what this is because there's been a rules reminder update made to it, I think at least twice till now. But for those who still don't know, just going to give you a quick brief example of it. So if what's happening in the server right now is, if I have, let's say, an OC fight or grudge against Sunny, let's say, we do not want those grudges and etc. to be taken into RP. There should be no what do you say, hint
Hello
of
FN.
roleplay blurring in the server. And if it is observed at any time that, okay, let's see, like, okay, I see this guy, he's breaking character, or he's blurring a roleplay, he's doing something that his character, it does not match his character's characteristics, and he's bringing that out from out of character information, relating to hate or grudges he might have against that person. For example, not RPing with that person or avoiding RP with that person just because, oh, I don't like this guy, I don't want to RP with him, or changing your completely RP scenario when you're having a conversation with that person. All those things are completely, like, they're completely not allowed in this. Or like, you cannot mix your OC fights and grudges with people in character, because once you join the server, you have to remember that you're role playing a character, you're not role playing yourself. So anything, any grudges, any arguments that you might have, any disagreements with a person out of character, does not mean that they automatically
2
translate
point
to RP.
update.
So anyone found blurring their out of character life and toxicity with that member, with someone who
Floating
is in
screen open.
server and who
पता
you
नहीं.
are actively RPing with, will be taken as a breach of server rules, and you may receive a ban or a temporary ban or warning, etc. for it. So make sure roleplay blurring does not happen in the server. And yeah, so another thing related to roleplay blurring is RP avoidance. All right. So in scenarios where a person is roleplay blurring, that is bringing out his OC feelings against this person in character, they tend to avoid RP with that person, saying, like, if I use a very common phrase like "Arey se chodo mujhe iske saath, like chodo jane do," like avoiding roleplay with someone just because you have an OC grudge against him, or OC you guys don't gel together, is completely wrong.
हाँ
In
तो बाद में
character, your
होता है.
characters, unless your characters have had already that brawl before, it does not make sense in RP that you guys are bringing that information from outside. So you guys have to be very careful
जो
about
तेरा
that.
stream
You
में है
cannot,
ये
okay,
भी ठीक
you
है
can
FN.
you cannot avoid, if someone is actively trying to approach you for the purpose of roleplay, and you're avoiding RP with him, you're letting him go, you're basically, you're showing low effort RP, you do not want to roleplay with him, you do not want to extend the scenario. In those scenarios, we will have to take action against avoidance of RP, low effort RP, etc. So keep your OC grudges out of the server. And again, remember, anything that happens to your character in the server is stays within the server itself. It's not a direct hit on your personal life. Any kind of roast, any kind of bad what do you say, comments, etc., they're all in character in the server, and they should not be taken personally or OC and spread hate and hold grudges against people regarding those things. All right.
Upgrade
So another
वो
thing
up down होगा अभी तो
is
नहीं है मैं अभी आया क्या
basically
हो रहा है कम्युनिटी
people
मीटिंग चल रही है
RPing for the sake of content. All right. So when you guys are in a scenario, you have to make sure you deal with the scenario in such a manner that tends to extend it as much as you can. Trying to so you're here for interactions and you're here for building a story.
भाई क्या बताओगे
And
जो आपका
sometimes what we've
वॉइस
seen in the
रिकॉर्डिंग
server
का
is that
लिस्ट
RP
होता
scenarios are being led
स्लैश
towards a
मी
way
लिख के
which tends to give you more
हेलो
content
फ्रांसिस
rather than extending roleplay or extending interactions. So make sure you guys aren't doing that as well. Don't RP for the basis of just content. If you are here just for the basis of like, okay, I want content, I want to grow my stream channel, just show content like randomly killing people and doing things that are beneficial for your channel but not beneficial in RP or which don't make sense in RP or come under low effort RP will again be bannable. And you guys need to make sure that you're here in the server to roleplay, you're here in the server to create stories, you're here in the server to interact with new people. You're not here to create content for okay, you get content out of RP, that's great, but that should not be the basis of your RP. Your decision should not be based on okay, what is gonna get me the most amount of content. Your decision
रिकॉर्ड
should be
वर्ड
based
रिलीज
on
करता हूँ
how
लो
they would play out for your character, keeping in mind his traits, etc. So people who are seen RPing for the sake of getting
ईशान
content will eventually be caught, and slowly and surely we will start filtering out such people who are here just for content and not for RP. So you guys need to make sure you stop that moving forward with 2.0. And it's just going to be honest. Any kind of what do you say? What do you say? Low effort RP etc. will now not be dealt with bans etc. Your whitelist status might be revoked as well. So if we see that a person who's been given a whitelisted role in the past, who does not seem to be deserving of it at this point in time, who's
समझ रहा हूँ
breaking
भाई
basic server rules, or
समझ रहा हूँ भाई समझ
he
रहा
has
हूँ
a complete lack of understanding of how RP works, those people will just have their whitelist roles removed and they will have to reapply. And those people who show an utter disregard for RP rules will obviously be faced with bans and etc. So again, don't do RP for content, do RP in accordance with your character traits and backstory.
एंड या फॉर गैंग्स दिस इज नॉट एन ई स्पोर्ट्स सर्वर. ठीक है, जीतने पे नहीं मिलेगा तुम्हें, ऐसा कुछ
मेमोरी
नहीं
में
है.
नॉट
हारने पे भी रोल प्ले होता है उधर. दिस इज एन रोल लाइक दिस
50
इज अ रोल
slots
प्ले सर्वर, नॉट एन ई स्पोर्ट्स.
50 slots
तो
आरपी के
इफ
नहीं है
यू
ब्रो
लूज तो
स्क्वाड
उसमें
के
भी
हैं
कोई बात नहीं है. इट्स ओके टू लूज.
Exactly. So, like, if I can transition from Nelly's point, like about it being an esports server, another point that we had is gunplay over roleplay. In often scenarios, it's seen that two groups of people having an interaction together, they tend to resort to shootouts and show off power rather than actually
एक
RPing it
सेकंड
out and basically extending the interaction. Like if there's a disagreement between the two, I've seen it multiple times, the other person who believes himself to be in a position of power will just start shooting or just resort to gunplay. So you guys need to make sure you're here to extend scenarios and not here just for the sake of oh I'm a sharpshooter, like oh my KD is 4, my KD is 5. So all those things are not RP. You can go ahead and do that in GTA Online if that's what matters to you. And yeah, I'm especially pointing that out towards gangs as well. Like Nelly said, it's not an esports server. You're not here for the purpose of showing off your KDs and showing off how powerful you are with your guns and AK-47s, etc. You're here to roleplay. You're here to extend interactions. You're here to build your character story. You're not here to show your character on a leaderboard of maximum kills made
व्हाट्स
in
अप
an RP
ध्रुव
server, right?
ऑल
It
गुड
does
ब्रो
not
ऑल
make
गुड
sense, and it's completely pointless if you come to SVRP for the purpose of just shooting people and showing that you're very powerful in the server. So again, you guys have to make sure you keep roleplay as a preference and keep gunplay to a bare minimum. Try to resolve things in our while using your voice, role playing it out, talking, interacting, rather than just
कौन
pulling out your weapons and firing all out at other people.
संकेत तमीज से
या आई थिंक वी कैन टेक PTS नाउ.
We'll go ahead. I just got a few more points. All right. So another point that has been seen a lot is people not caring about each other's RP. So you guys, when you guys are RPing in a scenario, obviously you guys care about how the RP is going to play out for yourself. But you need to make sure you're making decisions which aren't detrimental for the other person, like completely destroying the other person's RP.
मेरे
You
पास
guys
20
cannot
लाख है मैं
RP for
रोज
the
फाइट
sake
कर
of
दूं
just
ठीक
gaining
है भाई
personal
साहब
benefits for your character and ruining the RP for someone else. A person who actively role plays just to win in every scenario or just to cause or just to basically gain an advantage in every scenario and cares about his own RP and does not care about what the other person's RP is, he does not deserve to be in a whitelisted server.
chill bro
You guys are here as
don't
a
hate
community.
anyone
You guys
guys
have to look after each other. You have to make sure that
don't
you
hate
show
anyone
supportive RP. to each other and not just care about your own RP and be completely selfish when you go in an RP scenario. I'll give you an example of this. If there's a gang, what is there, two gangs, all right, and a civilian has kidnapped a gang character for the purpose of making him an hostage, all right, and just taking him over and just quickly just looting the Evangelico store. That's all. That person has no
अपडेट
intention
होगा
of
ना
gang
भाई, बंद
rivalry.
क्यों हो जाएगा?
He just
कहना
picked
क्या
up a
चाहता
hostage
है?
for the sake of a robbery.
Guys, here's
If you
देखना
see gang
तुम
members
sexy
completely
sexy
going
आएगा.
over there and ruining his RP scenario by just pointing him out like we're 5 people, you put your hands up, and how can you kidnap a friend, etc. And you completely have no regard for that person's RP at all, and you're there for the sole purpose of getting
ये
your
देखो.
person freed and showing that, oh, we're a gang and we're really strong and you can't do stuff like this to us. Like that will not be tolerated at all. You guys have to be supportive to each other's RPs, and you need to think twice before making a rash decision which could lead to destroying someone else's roleplay completely.
Here's the how many slots? I don't
मैं
know.
एक चीज ऐड करना चाहूंगा इसमें। मेरा एक पॉइंट ये है कि पता कैसे चल लगता है कि गैंग का मेंबर पकड़ा गया। पॉइंट सारा मेरा ये है, अगर मेटा गेमिंग करते हुए कोई पकड़ा गया तो वो परमानेंट है, वो कभी अनबैन नहीं होगा। और मुझे पता है कि लोग मेटा गेमिंग कर रहे हैं सर्वर के अंदर, सिर्फ मैं प्रूफ का वेट कर रहा हूँ। हमें प्रूफ चाहिए, बस प्रूफ मिल गया तो वो कभी अनबैन नहीं होगा।
थिंक ट्वाइस व्हाट यू डू इन द सर्वर, लाइक अननोइंगली मेटा गेमिंग हो जाती है तो उसका थोड़ा ध्यान रखा करो। लाइक ज़रूरी नहीं है कि जानबूझ के तुम लोग कर रहे हो, बट अननोइंगली हो जाती है, सो उसका भी थोड़ा केयर रखना।
Yep. And the last point I would like to place is grinding and the dominance right now in the server of just people who
मैं
are
नहीं
here
समझ रहा भाई
for
कुछ
the
भी.
purpose of just grinding
मैं
and
नहीं समझ
making
रहा
money and
ईशान. ना
showing
ना
that
ना
they're
ना
very
ना
rich,
ना
all
ना
right?
ना.
So I'm just going to be honest, like we've been started to filter our wireless applications with people whose backstories are based on the whole scenario that I want to be rich in the city, I want to be the most known person, make a lot of money. So that is not what RP is about. Again, like I've mentioned multiple times, RP is about interactions and creating
चलो भाई
stories.
के
So if we
श्रेयस
find
बढ़िया
anyone in
भाई.
the server sitting in the mining area or selling weed or anything like that, any grinding job, and just doing that 24/7 and not interacting with anyone, and he's just there for the sole purpose of making money and buying random shit and showing that he's very rich, etc., we will just simply remove your whitelist, and
मैं
we'll
नहीं
be more
समझ
than
रहा
happy
भाई.
to give that
मैं
whitelist
कुछ
to
समझ ही नहीं रहा.
give that chance to someone else who actually wants to come into the server and actively RP. So again, if anyone is seen grinding, there will be no ban appeal, there will be nothing like that. Your whitelist will be removed, and we'll just straight away ask you to reapply with when the forms open again. So again, grinding, just make sure you do not 24/7. Like a little bit of grinding is understandable. Like the amount, always regulate your grinding.
वाह.
Just do the amount that is
बढ़िया भाई.
required to progress your character. You should not grind for the purpose of making money. You should grind for the purpose of progressing your character. So that is most of the points that I wanted to put out here. And unless any
Here's
of
देखो
the
भाई
other
sexy
server staff
sexy
have
here's.
any more points to talk about, we can go ahead with PTS.
वन मोर थिंग अबाउट कॉम्पनसेशंस, लाइक ग्लिचेस होते हैं, उनसे
Yes.
सामान चला जाता है, तो पीपल ओपन टिकट अबाउट कॉम्पनसेशन, सो यू शुड हैव वीडियो प्रूफ और समथिंग लाइक दैट, जो भी तुम्हारे साथ ग्लिच हुआ है। तो फ्रॉम नाउ ऑनवर्ड्स विदाउट वीडियो प्रूफ्स विल नॉट प्रोवाइड यू कॉम्पनसेशंस, या इफ यू हैव सम काइंड ऑफ प्रूफ लाइक स्क्रीनशॉट्स और समथिंग, विल बी हैप्पी टू प्रोवाइड कॉम्पनसेशंस टू यू गाइस।
और मेरा पॉइंट ये है कि लोग अपनी जो है बैक स्टोरी फॉलो नहीं कर रहे हैं। लाइक कुछ मैंने लोग ऐसे देखे हैं दोपहर में और रात में भी हैं, जो रोज़ाना आते हैं, सेम बाइक लेते हैं, सेम स्टंट करते हैं, सेम रॉबरी करते हैं और चले जाते हैं। तो अगर सेम एक्टिविटी करते हुए या सेम चीज़ करते हुए आप हमको नज़र आए और अकॉर्डिंग टू योर बैक स्टोरी आपके कैरेक्टर नहीं हुआ, तो उस पर भी आप अनवाइट लिस्टेड हो सकते हो। तो अपनी बैक स्टोरी को मेंटेन रखो सर्वर के अंदर।
लोल का हेयर स्टाइल है सही में.
लाइक लिटरली 2 हफ्ते से देख रहा हूँ कि रॉबरी सिमुलेटर ही बन चुका है और सेम चीज़ हो रही है रिपीट। एक
समझ रहे
बंदे
हो?
ने सोचा हुआ कि मैं दिन में 2 रॉबरी करूंगा, तो वो 2 रॉबरी कर रहा है और सेम स्टंट मार रहा है और सेम जगह से वापस जा रहा है सेम कार में।
What up
तो ये
Harsh?
नहीं होना चाहिए।
यू शुड हैव सम लाइक स्टोरी बिहाइंड, या फिर यू नो सम आरपी बिहाइंड दैट रॉबरी। ये नहीं है कि मैं प्लान करता हूँ रॉबरी, मेरे को आज पैसा कमाना है, आई नीड मोर मनी, आई एम हैविंग शॉर्टेज ऑफ मनी, तो चलो बैंक रॉबरी करते हैं। सो वो नहीं, देयर शुड बी अ स्टोरी, अ सिनेरियो, या फिर कुछ हो विच लेड योर कैरेक्टर टू डू अ बैंक रॉबरी। लाइक वो नहीं होना चाहिए कि रेगुलरली चल रहा है, आज ये प्लान करते हैं, आज वो प्लान करते हैं, लेट्स गो फॉर द रॉबरी एंड
PDM
just for the
I
sake
don't
of
know,
money. या
robbery
होता
मस्त
है
है
वो
ना आपसे.
एक हफ्ते में हो गया एक बार, but
हाँ,
don't
no
repeat
robbery
it
guys,
every
no
day.
robbery guys.
Yeah, and like hitting chain robbing, etc. Like Nelly said, like chain robbing completely
Sanket lol.
not allowed. You just get straight away banned from the server. Using the same
What up,
vehicle again and
Devinder?
again. If I see a fish neon used more than twice or thrice in the same in a limited amount of time, we're just gonna just straight away, like with 2.0, you're gonna see a lot of features which are gonna adjust RP. And yeah, so you cannot just sit all day and hit robberies with the same car. You need to think about how those robberies are going to play out for your character, what events in his life are leading the character to go ahead with that. No character is going to have a backstory which makes him chain
तो
rob
ऐसे
a
खत्म
bank
हो गए
palito,
चलो
then going after
करते
with
हैं.
banging robbing the bank at etc. Like just robbing multiple
भाई
banks in a
कैसे
sequence with the same car
नहीं
is
होगा भाई, नहीं
completely
होगा.
out of RP, and that just shows that you're here for the whole purpose of grinding and not at all to interact and RP with anyone. So
बोल
just
ना.
keep that in mind. No one should be using the same car again and again in robberies, and yeah, just keep a limit on the amount of robberies you're doing. Just think twice before you start chain robbing multiple stores and banks.
एंड एक और चीज गाइस, ईएमएस वालों की रिस्पेक्ट करो. मैंने बहुत लोगों को देखा जो डिसरिस्पेक्ट
I
करते हैं,
think
ढंग
करे
से बात नहीं
चाहता है
करते
कि
हैं.
grind
तो
ना
प्लीज
करे तो अपना expensive
ढंग
कर.
से बात करो यार उन लोगों से भी.
Chill bro, younger blood, chill man.
Alright, if there isn't anything else, we'll go ahead with PTS.
एक और चीज, गैंग मेंबर जो हैं वो एनी टाइम एक साथ ही रहते हैं. मतलब 15 मेंबर हैं तो 15 मेंबर एक साथ हैं और आपस में इंटरेक्शन कर रहे हैं. तो पूरा सर्वर हमने किस लिए बनाया है कि आपके फोटो आप लोग घुट में रह के आपस
ये
में
1157 क्या है पता नहीं.
तो फिर बोलते हो कि हमारी आरपी इंक्रीज नहीं हो रही है या हमें कुछ दिया नहीं जा रहा है या हमें कुछ मिल नहीं रहा. गैंग हमेशा साथ ही घूम रहा है. मैं पिछले 2 हफ्ते से सेम चीज नोट कर रहा हूँ कि गैंग के 15 मेंबर्स हैं, वो 15 मेंबर साथ ही हैं एक ही हुड में. पूरा सर्वर खाली नजर आता है, क्यू लगी हुई होती है 15-20 की, लेकिन सर्वर खाली होता है. क्यों? अगर सर्वर में 4 या 5 गैंग है, वो सब एक साथ ही घूमना प्रेफर करते हैं. भाई कपड़े चेंज करके हुड में रहो, 3-4 बंदे रहो, 5 बंदे रहो मैक्सिमम. बाकी बंदे कपड़े चेंज करके पब्लिक के साथ इंटरेक्ट
रेड
करो,
डॉट
चीजें
गाइस, रेड
एक्सप्लोर
डॉट आ
करो,
गया.
चीजें देखो, नए लोग आ रहे हैं उनके साथ घूमो.
Yeah,
Yeah,
be
guys, just
creative
don't.
to your role play and थोड़ा डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करने का ट्राई करो कि आरपी डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हो सर्वर में, एक ही जगह पे ही ना रह जाए. जैसे व्हाट आई सी इज नाउ लीजन स्क्वायर हमेशा खाली रहता है. यू कैन ऑलवेज फाइंड पीपल एट पिल बॉक्स और लाइक मैकेनिक शॉप्स, बट जो इंटरेक्शन की जगह है वो हमेशा खाली रहती है. सो या डिस्ट्रीब्यूट योर रोल प्ले अ लिटिल बिट. थोड़ा सर्वर में इधर उधर घूमो, नॉट जस्ट स्टैंड ऑन
चिल
लाइक योर
गाइस,
टर्फ्स या
चिल
फिर
गाइस,
कहीं भी
चिल
एक ही
बॉयज,
जगह
चिल.
बस 2-3 घंटे वहीं पे निकाल
या
दिए.
मत
लोग
करो भाई
अपने
चैट
कंफर्ट
में
जोन से
यार.
बाहर नहीं आ पा रहे हैं और दूसरों को आरपी भी प्रोवाइड नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. जो एक पर्टिकुलर गैंग और ग्रुप बन जाता है ना, वो ग्रुप से बाहर आरपी करने का सोच ही नहीं रहा कोई. बस वहीं पे वो लोग आते हैं, उन्हीं लोगों से मिलते हैं, उन्हीं लोगों के साथ आरपी करते हैं, चले जाते हैं. सो ये थोड़ा सा ट्राई करो कि दूसरे लोगों को भी आरपी प्रोवाइड कर सको आप.
Yeah, we can move to PTS now, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
So give me a second. So I'll leave easy MJs and the voice PTS. I'll leave that for the end. I'll pick up text PTS. Alright, so I'm going to start with GJ. So his first point is आज भी कुछ लोग voice से पहचान रहे हैं. So for people who are recognizing each other or other civilians or gang characters by voice, it's pretty obvious that that's metagaming. And if there's any report ticket made on that, it will be like dealt with. So we'll make sure to keep our eyes out for people recognizing from voice. And अगर मेरे एक character के साथ पंगा है तो मेरा.
समझ रहे
Right.
हो?
So again, his
सही
second point
बात है.
basically states that if someone has an in RP,
हाँ बे,
fight
हाँ.
or brawl with one of his characters, and then that same person is meeting with those people with a different character now, those individuals are having the same kind of attitude and behavior against his previous character with which they had a brawl. So again, that clearly comes under roleplay blurring, and you guys cannot do that since obviously you had the interaction and the brawl with the person with the person's first character, and you take that information in character and apply it to his second character as well, which you have no information about. That's completely incorrect, and you guys cannot be doing that. So I think that should answer GJ's points. That just basically server stuff related. So if you see that, you guys can go ahead and make tickets about people recognizing from voice and roleplay blurring, etc. So next point, it's not really a PTS. So with 2.0, will slots increase? At this moment in time, I cannot give you a confirmed number, but we hope that slots, we will try to push to increase slots. Of course, like increasing slots comes at a cost that server stability goes down. So we will see if we can
सर
increase
पुलिस वाले
slots, we will be more than happy to.
पहचान
And yeah,
नेक्स्ट पीटीएस पुलिस वाले खुद दूसरे कैरेक्टर से डेली रॉबरी करें तो द सेम थिंग विच वी टेल एवरीवन अगर कोई कुएं में कूद रहे तो तुम भी मत कूदो उसके साथ कुएं में अगर कोई इडियट है तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं तुम उसकी तरह इडियोटिक लाइक हरकतें करोगे सो सी फॉर योर सेल्फ दूसरों को पॉइंट करना बंद करो अपने आप को पहले सुधारो
just give me a second.
A third PTS.
आज मैं नो
When
पिक्सल
will
गैंग
Weasel
देख
News
रहा
gets
था
it?
इस व्यू पे भाई
It's
ऐसा क्या
W News. So उसका Imran, you can DM me. We can talk about this topic there. Second is, can we have a section feature for backstory while creating new characters? Again, we'll have a talk with Foster about it. Like, backstories hain, you should follow your backstory. So yeah, for this point, we'll have a talk with Foster. If DOC is introduced, the jail system is offline serving sentence time or in-game server time based. About this, like staff में discussion चल रहा है इस topic पे.
जब क्वालिटी
So
गैंगर पे उसी
देखते
में
हैं
से
इसका
लेने
क्या
वाला है हाँ
decision
वो तो
रहता
आई
है.
नो आई नो
जो भी रहेगा decision
I
which
know
will be
that
the best for the server.
तुमने आ जाएगा कि नो
Staff वो decision ले लेगा.
Yeah,
Thanks
if you guys are jailed and you guys don't RP with DOC just because you know offline jail will serve and you guys just F8 quit every time, just remember it's all code. We can change that within a second. If we find
वो
you guys
staff में
not putting in
discussion
work.
उसका चलता रहेगा.
Exactly.
Also requesting developer team to be more proactive for India. Yeah, they are
इसने
doing their
another
best,
meeting
Imran.
में
Foster
लॉन
didn't
वैसे
sleep
अपने ऊपर गोवेडस कर रहा
2
है
days,
अभी
so
तो
yeah.
नहीं कर रहा forms are closed for now
All right. So moving on to next point is from Ashu. Change your character just for the sake of not being recognized by others rather than using a mask is the same. For the same
car
as I have
system
90%
क्या
of the
car
people
system
using the
भाई
same headship and
what do you mean by
the only
car
thing that makes them
system
look different is hair and beard.
So
And I
करो
don't quite understand what your point is. So I'll go ahead
guys
and
omelette खाओगे क्या
I'll unmute you. Why don't you go ahead and explain what you're trying to say here?
Hello,
Yeah, what's up, Ash?
am I audible?
Yeah, you're clear.
Yeah, actually, my point is basically people are just for the sake of hiding themselves. They are using a different hairstyle and a different beard rather than your original identity. Like I am having small hairs and small
gameplay
beard. They just
देखो
increase their
देखो
beard
gameplay
size
देखो
and increase their hairs just for the sake of hiding themselves, rather than using a mask, which is liable basically using a mask to hide their identity.
तो
They are just
इस
changing
पे
their
स्ट्रीम
character
ट्यूसडे पे भी
looks
होनी
because
कर
90%
रहा
of
हूँ
the
ब्रो ईशान शाम
males are
दोपहर में
looking
करा
same.
करूँगा
Just the hairstyle and the beard style make them look different.
will do दोपहर में वहाँ
All right. So you're basically concerned about people hiding the identity by changing their mask. By
Yep.
changing their face,
So basically,
beard, hair, etc. Right?
currently it's something happening in RP, but later stages, after robbing someone, just change their hair and their looks. So just to
Yeah, I
stay
get
away
it. I
from
get
the
it. I
violence,
get your point. I
that
get
can
your point.
cause issues.
Yeah. So obviously you can't. You just need to be like you can. Obviously, there's no problem with changing the way your character looks for the sake of hiding his identity, but obviously just using that a thing every time again and again for the sake of avoiding RP or ever getting caught is kind of odd. And I'm not going to say that you guys can't do it, but I think what he's trying to say is just make better use
मसाला
of the
खत्म
things
ऐसा
provided in
नहीं
the
होगा
server
भाई
just to
मसाला पागल हो
look
गया
to extend RP rather than to again selfish RP would be the answer. Like just caring about your own RP rather than looking to extend the RP with others or supporting someone else's roleplay. So I think that should answer your point. Okay,
ठीक
so
है
we'll
ईशान
take the
करता
voice
हूँ
PTS later.
करता हूँ
Zaf plays memory wipe. No, there will be no memory wipe, no server wipe. So that should be it. Stop mentioning server rules in game. We cannot go for more than 5 minutes. All right. So again, rules explaining. If you guys are found explaining rules in character in server to someone, that is again considered as roleplay blurring. Because to your character, there's no such thing as rules. There's no such thing as okay, they're 5 down, to pachi aur honge. Like you have no idea in that scenario how many
ईशान
people
श्योर
can be there, where they can be. So stop using OC rules in character. That's roleplay blurring and rules explaining. And if tickets are made, if you see that happening among says, then you can go ahead and make tickets, and we'll make sure those people aren't whitelisted in the server. Mayor voting on Discord or in server, you guys can go ahead and RP it out in city. Most probably it will be IC, so it's not to be discussed as much. PTS need to have more EMS interaction, people avoiding people just come for surgery and critical RPs for the sake of fun. Please, it should be noted that surgery, ICU and stuffs have a back consciousness like bed rest. I've seen people just wants ICU for 2 minutes. This should be avoided. If you're for the critical medical procedures, just know what are the consequences. Just follow up that as Happy sub. Okay, so this is going to be elaborating on the point said by Happy that people aren't respecting EMS, and like what do you say, Rhythm has said, you guys need to be aware of the severity of the things that your character goes through when you undergo such medical operations, surgeries with EMS, because the EMS are giving it their 100% to
Like,
RP it out with you
no.
and give you a good experience. So they expect the same back from you guys. So make sure you guys know the severity. Like if you're going in for surgery, if you're going in for ICRP, you should know how that's going to affect your character's health and his current state and condition. So make sure you don't break all of those in character rules and what do you say, basic understanding. That's going to be next is going to be Olivia. बाल का कलर से स्टाइल से मुंह पे मास्क लगा हुआ पहचान जाते. Okay, so if you believe that someone has
Retail's back.
identified
Retail's
you
back, yeah.
when they shouldn't have, or they have basically used OC information to identify you, whether it be you have changed your mask, whether you have changed your hairstyle, you can just go ahead and make a ticket regarding it, and we will review it and see if it was meta or not. I think that should answer it. People using ping command without even opening phone, at least they should open phone once and then just send the ping. Samaji, regarding that, it's not a really big deal because you cannot expect everyone in the heat of the moment to press the phone button and open the phone and send the ping. And in my understanding, I think it's fine if someone just slash pings and send the message. It's not really a big deal over there. If it comes to talking to respect, there are many jobs in the city. For example, mechanic, as I do. People from the gang thinks their superior knowledge I have is that that never mind how big your gang is, people do not respect any kind of person who has these kinds of jobs. Gangs cannot survive without citizens, so it's a request that gang people please remember that line, that person in front of you. Okay, so guys, basically what this point is about, having in character respect for each other's characters. All right. So obviously it's a gang character. We can expect the gang character to be a little bit fierce and
Hello, what's up, Faz?
what do you say, aggressive. But again, you guys should have in character and out of character respect for each other's characters, and just not roll over someone else's RP completely just because they're being nice to you, right? That should answer your point. PTS from Ashu, something.
Ashu का मैं देखता हूँ. PTS something like gang needs civilian to turn their black money white will increase civilian gang RP. So yeah, Ashu, you can initiate that role play yourself. Like go and
सब खैरियत भाई.
be creative. Do अपने आप देख लो उसका. There will be supportive RP players who will appreciate your idea and do RP with you. You can take watches या फिर कुछ भी जो भी होता है वो gang से ले सकते हो, and you can do money laundering for them.
Will be up tomorrow, not
It's
today.
up to you how you do your role play. Rajabita, do we have a mask for Ismail Bhai? So जो pet characters हैं, they can take permission in the tickets from admins, and there is an option in barber shops where you can change your pet characters. So yeah, but you can do it after taking permission from admins only. So there's a solution for you, Keg. Yeah, you can go ahead, Evita.
Yeah. You just did correct, right? Okay, so pet mask. If they're added in the future, we'll let you know. Apart from that, you can role play it out. PTS city में जो gangs है, I see many times they prefer gunplay over role play. Mostly I've already talked about this. And जो gangs है वो हमेशा gang ना करके जब जरूरत हो तब करे, बाकी time. Yeah, okay. So his main point is again about gunplay over roleplay and gangs just roaming around in hurdles. And as Kaiser has said as well, you should just not stay all the time camping at your hood with your 15-member gang, and wherever you go, staying in that same group. And you should try to get out of your comfort zone, RP with new people, interact with others, because you never know, you might find some better RP over there as well. So don't stay huddled up in one group and gang throughout your experience in RP and throughout your day all the time, all right? Just make the effort to go meet new people and discover more opportunities for your character. If there is no DOC,
2.0
can
क्या
we
है?
do F8
Update,
quit?
SVRP
If you see
update.
there is no one to roleplay with, sure.
जिम्मी क्वेश्चन देख
If
आएगा
you
ना,
think
पता
if
चल
there's
जाएगा.
someone coming up or you know that someone's coming soon, it's better if you try to roleplay with them. But obviously, like if there's no DOC in there and you gotta go, you're more than welcome to F8 quit. Okay, so Ninja's got multiple. POV should be mandatory for gang fights. All right. If someone is using slash me thinking something for RP, many people react to that because no one can think what he slash she is thinking in a mind. There must be a dark chat section so it will be easier for all of us to deal illegal RP things there. Okay. So POV for gang fights, I believe you're trying to say if there's a violation of
ये
any rule,
चलेगा
so
टाइम
everyone
तक,
should have a
थोड़ा टाइम
POV
लगेगा.
for the gang fights. Is that what you're trying to say? If you could just answer in meeting.
टिल्लू का GTR देख देखा मैं.
Okay. So yeah, if there's a POV, that's great. But yeah, there's always other ways of
दोनों
getting
में, हाँ.
information, and it's not something that we can make mandatory because not everyone has computers that can support recording and playing GTA 5 at the same time. Because most of you know 5M is quite intensive because of the scripts and etc. So we cannot make that mandatory. But if it's there, that's great. Otherwise, we can work our way around it. It's not a big deal. If someone is okay. Yeah. So if someone is just let Rasha go ahead and show the thing out. Okay. So if someone is doing slash me thinking etc. So people basically taking slash me things which are related to the characters,
Get a
thoughts
better.
etc. Oh that?
I'm sorry. You can go ahead.
No way. So if someone is slash me thinking, he's basically portraying something about what his character is doing currently, his emotion basically. He's trying to say, okay, he's thinking right now, he's thinking about it.
अब ठीक है.
He puts it over there to extend the RP. But if people are using that information to change the scenario in their favor, that's obviously not right. But to a certain extent, it's alright because if you're trying to extend the RP scenario with the use of displaying your feelings to others, it's okay. But yeah, you should not take that thing out of context and use it to your advantage. And there must be a dark chat section. You guys can be more than welcome to RP it out within the server. I don't think there needs to be additional Discord channels created because the goal of RP is to keep it within the server as much as possible and keep Discord and forum interaction as minimum. So I'm pretty sure you guys are smart enough to figure out a way in character to deal with all the illegal items. PTS gang fights, alright, I'm going to leave that. PTS, sometimes people want to follow the in-game time and sometime OOC time. Which one you say? Which one? For example, people say एक दिन बाद ICU दे दो, but we are giving it after let's say 5 minutes. वापस आ जाए वहाँ पे. Okay, so please don't run after treatment of people. Just comes for no counter RP. Okay, so his second point, first of all, is running after treatment. If your character is injured, you have to portray your character's injuries accordingly. If he's got a leg injury, you guys have to RP it out accordingly, limp for a while, and just to make sure that your character is living through his injuries and not portraying it as if he's in a game. So again, if people just start running after having a major injury as if nothing's happened without any time period, etc., it's clearly power gaming. And the second thing is about OC time. That's something you guys can decide with each other. If someone wants OC 1 day RP, if someone wants in character 1 day RP, that's something between the doctors and the role player to decide. That's not something staff should intervene in. And again, like obviously, you should not be forcing ICURP on someone and expecting. So if you guys are taking an ICURP, like
कल
Mridul
होगा
said as
सब
well,
अब
you
कल होगा.
should be aware of the consequences that is going to happen onto your body. So you cannot expect I want to go into ICU and then ask to leave after 5 minutes. So keep it realistic. Your character is going to have some consequences after going into the ICU. His injury must be that severe that it needs
Light
to
bike और
be
Lexus मिला.
held into the ICU. So again, don't
Yes.
role play out of your character traits basically. Why don't we keep license for guns? Okay, so gun license will be up in 2.0. There's nothing to discuss about in that. If it can be voice, then good. Else, at one point, why don't we start like adding an Instagram emoji in Discord and IC Media, and we can use it as Instagram? People calling it that. You guys are more than welcome to go ahead and be creative with in character media. There's no restrictions over there. It's just that you guys keep it in character and follow the server channel rules, etc. Like the formats, like this channel is to be used for this channel is to be used for that, etc. So you guys are more than welcome to use your creative minds
Uncle
and
Rolex.
play around with those channels. Okay, PTS Stark on Recycle franchise should be changed regularly so everyone gets an opportunity. You guys should RP it out in character. RP it out with the owner, RP it out with the employees, see what you can do. You shouldn't be dependent on staff to go ahead and help you with that. Everything should be done within RP itself. Can we have a proper format in IC media and other dark web channel for legal stuff? Dark web channel, like I said, maybe in the future, but for now, I'm pretty sure you guys can think about something or some way to help you out within the server to communicate black market and illegal items. And IC media proper format, you guys can go ahead, you can use it as Twitter, you can use it as Instagram, whatever. Just make sure you follow the server channel description. That is, it is to be used for in-character media. I don't want people putting their RP clips up there or putting OC screenshots or things which don't come under in character. So you guys will just be straight away muted, or maybe even muted for a longer period of time, for maybe a day or week, etc. Nowadays, people are getting more frank and using slang and abusing words to anyone and everyone. So please maintain a level and don't disrespect anyone. This shows the kind of people playing SVP, so PD and EMS get respect. Okay, so to answer your point, Ego Yadav, everyone's character is different. So the time the character spends in the city, he might have developed his character to be like that. So we cannot tell someone to not use abusive words or slang. If it's an OC, if there's an OC agreement between the two and they both are okay with the abuses and slang, there's no issue in that as well. But obviously, if someone asks you not to abuse or to avoid it, you guys should abide by that. And yeah, it's everyone's character. You guys should roleplay according to characters, portray your character's traits, etc., and his backstory. If your character is a really, nice guy, he doesn't really abuse, etc., and you just walk up on a PD guy and start abusing him and saying like "what's up" and talking slang, it obviously shows that you're going out of character and not following a backstory. So just keep
And
an eye
for
out on
this,
that.
like, you can always use OC. You guys have permission. Okay, so abhi PTS use of chopper access for multiple ranks rather than the top tier ranks in Weasel News. Use of chopper access for multiple ranks. So yeah, Abhi iska RP it out. You have your like head Imran. Usse you can RP it out. PTS people kidnapping officer for small reasons. At least there should be a very strong reason to kidnap them. Trolling police for just no reason should be decreased. Like PD is something to be respected. Yeah, you should always show fear in front of police officers. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि पुलिस ऑफिसर्स वहाँ पे एंड यू गाइस आर जस्ट लाइक ट्रोलिंग देम बकचोदी कर रहे हो या कुछ भी कर रहे हो सो हैव सम रिस्पेक्ट एंड फियर ऑफ ऑफ पुलिस ऑफिसर्स
obviously like trolling a cop for the purpose of getting a reaction out of him and then basing an RP scenario on that reaction so that you can get an advantage. For example, like agitating a cop continuously for the sole purpose that he chases you and then you kidnap him and take him to a robbery. That comes under cop baiting, and that's like a violation of criminal interaction rules. So make sure you're not trolling cops for the sole purpose of kidnapping or shooting them down, etc. And your character should be mindful about the consequences of kidnapping and office of the law, because we will start implementing it in character. There'll be more severe and severe punishments for you, but you should be able to understand that you're kidnapping an officer and you're not just you're not playing a game. Your character should be aware of the consequences that might fall over him for doing such a deed. Right, burger short keys. Don't know about that. If it comes up in the future, we'll let you know. Long beers can be another section, like another section. Redox, that's completely related to development. There must be a reason in terms of development for them to be an undershirt. And if in the future we see a need to shift them over into the mask sections, etc., we'll be more than happy to do that. Okay, Rana Pratap, when PD tries to chase, if they escape, it's well and good. But if PD apprehends people start to say PD does try hard and attitude should change. When during chase, we have seen people repairing vehicles and using a repair kit if vehicle disabled when they're surrounded by PD. I feel they should not be appreciated. Few gangs and people pull out a gun on traffic stop, and I feel they should stop. Okay, the third point, I'm just going to go over and state, if you guys are pulling out guns and shooting cops on a traffic stop, that comes under low effort RP, and you'll just get straight away banned for that. Last point is, few gangs.
Aviator.
Yeah, one second. Yeah. So last point is, few gangs, especially few gang members, are always in. We are in gang and we'll do whatever we like.
Yes.
Even this attitude should change, as this will restrict their RP Yeah, so gang members believing yourself to be invincible at all times in every scenario is wrong. You guys do have a slight edge over normal civilians, obviously, because you're a gang member, you're a little bit dangerous. But yeah, you should not be spending your 90% of the time in the server just doing gang shit all the time and behaving as if you're invincible. And starting with this first point is PD tries to chase. Okay, so guys, in character, if you guys are using the word PD tryhard, that's absolutely stupid because it's a cop. His RP is to catch a criminal, and so if you guys are what do you say, robbing a bank or shooting someone in a code and PD tries a little bit harder or puts a little bit more effort to catch you, there's no such thing as tryhard. They are doing it well within their boundaries unless they're power gaming, which is completely a different topic. So there's a clear distinction between power gaming and tryhard. So you guys should be able to distinguish those two scenarios and not every time getting caught, you should not just say, okay, PD is tryharding. There's a clear distinction between a police officer power gaming and a police officer tryharding. And repairing vehicles, I don't know about that. Maybe in the future, if we see that being happen a lot of times. For now, I don't see it happen that often. It happens on a few circumstances. So for now, it's fine. But again, don't take advantage of this. Don't just keep repairing your cars every time they get damaged. Don't keep spamming the repair kit. Your car does have, it's like a machine at the end of the day. So at one point,
Also,
it is going to
repair
be
mechanics are changed quite a bit now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think that
Um,
answers Rana's point.
Okay, so PTS, please do not make street races legal, really going against the whole purpose of MNC. Yeah, we try to make races always legal. Like we want police officers to chase the racers. So we are actually doing that only. And it's in the hands of community, the MNC. They can do whatever they want. Nothing is restricted here. PTS, there should be more
पैसे
shops
चल
like
रहा है।
Taco, so any civilian or businessman can buy and progress their RP. There are a few more business, like there will be a few more business which will be added in 2.0. So yeah, you can RP it out. People should use Yellow Pages instead of Twitter. So yeah, Yellow Pages का ज़्यादा यूज़ होना चाहिए.
आखिर कुछ
ट्विटर
भी हो
पे
जाए, होना
ही
तो गैंग गैंग ही है।
there should
बात तो ये भी सही है।
like
PDM का
mechanics
क्या हुआ, I don't
who are
know।
available in the city,
Twitch कब
they
से?
should post on Yellow Pages
बस कर
so
ले रहे
that
हैं थोड़ा
people can
बहुत।
contact you directly
Twitch
because
करो,
वहाँ पे फ़ोन
Twitch।
नंबर भी आ जाता है साथ में तुम्हारा. तो या Yellow Pages का जो यूज़ है उसको थोड़ा इंक्रीज करो.
Okay.
Yes,
So Nelly, I think you missed a few. I'll start
Mhm.
reading from the top. So Apache, use of cash tags for all black market and illegal activities. Apache, I think
किसी
this
का
is
क्या
also
सीन है, तू
something
तो
you guys
भाई
should
करना।
RP it
देखते हैं
out.
रोलेक्स, देखते हैं, आरपी चलने दो।
I don't feel कि इसको inorganic करना चाहिए. Organically, अगर if you guys want to use cash tags as barter items for other illegal items, I think feel free to do that. Bringing game mechanics, I know our developers are working hard, but again, putting everything through game mechanics would be difficult. So please, it's definitely a good idea. So definitely, I think if you can bring that up from the ground, that'll be more amazing to see. Many people found that whenever they're down or injured, they're going to AFK, they just try to interact. Example,
नहीं
maybe
है
checking
रोलेक्स,
pulse, removing
only for
mask.
admins है casino।
So don't give response when they're fully treated. AFK pillbox. Yeah, so there is a proper thing about AFK, guys. I know being RP, you have to be a little bit vigilant when you have to be AFK. Just try to make sure. Again, in situations wherein you're down, there's someone
It's working।
close by
No,
you.
no,
You are
no।
in an active situation. वहाँ पे do not go AFK. AFK. There's a certain time limit wherein I think
लड़ाई।
should be okay. There's a way for your small period. You got a call. You have to, go answer the door or something. वैसा कुछ है. Feel free to, I think, um, go AFK for that. Just make sure 10 minutes without giving any response, that's not a time. If you're not in active situation, please try reconnecting, go disconnect from the server.
कल भी बात पर
But
कर
if
देता।
in case you're in active situation, that'll definitely
लॉल।
fall under low effort RP. Things like that, please, needs to be brought to our attention.
लड़वाई ओपी बोलते गए।
Okay. So, PTS, some people try to initiate RP with DOC and just ignores DOC's RP. It breaks our RP. In every 2 minutes, we need to on off our voice issues. Please make unrealistic jumps. Okay. So, unrealistic jumps while in chases, where you feel that there's something which is done super unrealistically. That's again making wrong use of game mechanics. Bring that to us. Every 2 minutes we need to on off. We are actually working on it. Really sorry guys, but voice, I think you guys would have a better experience. Again, if we keep getting the same feedback in 2.0, we are fixing it as we speak. So we're working on it daily. um Again, they do not initiate RP with DOC and just
सुन लो
ignore
भाई,
DOC
पहले सुन लो
RPs.
भाई। मैं आप किधर
Again,
रहते हो?
there are
हरियाणा।
people, that's the thing about counter RP. There are people who are giving time to a lot of different kind of RPs. I would request you guys to, respect and give a lot of counter RP to them in situations like this. So, yep, that's it. Okay, just give me 1 second. Where are we?
EDM आया होगा, नहीं आया होगा? How do I know, bro?
Nobody's trying to
Once
leech
I'll
in
get
and
in
go do
server, then I
jobs
only know,
where
na man.
in which we have to roam like
Bruh.
taxi jobs because they're easy
Sankar,
hostels.
bro,
They become hostels.
once
Cards
I'm in
getting
server, then
numbers.
only I know, na man.
Again, guys, as from a business standpoint,
What
I
is the
would say,
Department of
please,
Correction?
those are things like the example that you're mentioning about taxi and all those jobs will हम लोग का सिटी का
पूछ
आरपी
लो।
को इंक्रीज करेगा. सो मेक श्योर गाइस इफ यू
पूछ
कैन,
नहीं सकता,
you
मैं
know,
नहीं पूछता भाई।
help them, if they're
मेरे
doing
सारे
some,
क्वेश्चन आंसर
show
हो ही
some
जाते हैं।
supportive RP. Definitely, if not being easy hostage, अगर
हेलो
किसी
हेल मर्सी।
situation में definitely they are becoming hostage.
वर्क भाई
There's
3 बार
nothing that
बता
we
चुका
can
हूँ
do
मैं
about.
ऋषभ भाई। नो
I
सर्वर
think
में
we would
कैलेंडर
not
होंगे।
like to,
यप
get ourselves
अंग्रेजी
involved so
बोल
much
लिया
that we
हरियाणा
impose you guys into so
में।
much rule play that the role play is lost somewhere. तो वो नहीं होना चाहिए. But then definitely, yeah, as Kaiser said, as everyone else said, there are situations where we see that the whole server is full, but we are not finding people to interact or to talk to. That's definitely a thing we should not happen. So
ओके
please,
ओके
I
राइट।
think this is again a point which corresponds to that. Again, police should stay away and do code 6 during gang wars rather than, this is a PD point. I'll let
DOC
someone from
है
the PD team
डिपार्टमेंट
take
ऑफ
this forward.
करेक्शन।
So yeah, I'll probably not be the right person to take.
What was the point again?
It says police should stay away and do code 6 during gang
Okay.
war rather
Alright,
than going
alright,
in
alright.
between gangs and killing them.
So regarding gang fights and police, just give us a little bit of time. We'll go ahead and we'll discuss it. We'll note your point down about the gang fight and how you believe you want PD to interact, and we'll let you know. Maybe we'll change the SOPs. It's all SOPs at the end of the day. We can just instruct our cops not to do so. So I think that should be good.
If you are doing gang fight in city, police can obviously interact. मतलब सिटी में अगर करोगे तो वो आपके बीच में ऑब्वियसली आएंगे, तो ट्राई करोगे आउट ऑफ सिटी करो.
Yeah, so
कम्युनिटी मीटिंग हो
in
रही है bro।
PD's SOP there are certain places जो public places वगैरह है, वहाँ पर अगर आपका gang fight हो रहा है तो पुलिस को करना ही पड़ेगा आपको वो gang fight में indulge, because public places में gang fights are not allowed. So PD will come, intervene and stop your fight as well. So ये नहीं होना चाहिए कि why did PD come or so. Still we are fixing things. So very soon we'll keep a meeting as well and discuss these points later on
इस
as well.
गेम में यार टेक्स आ जाता काश लाल।
Okay, moving ahead. So,
Lad
Bhaskar's
I full
points.
OP भाई।
First, a lot of people know about the new feature that is going to come in terms of driver, where the driver can't shoot. I just want to put it out there that people should not drive alone with switch seats against switchback, because it'll be a major loophole around it. Definitely, Bhaskar, that would definitely come under a lot of low effort in power gaming. So yeah, we should not do that. We are actually, I think the little bit the focus of adding this game mechanics was that the driver would be more focused towards a little bit of driving rather than, I think there's that thing that they wanted to impose. Again, if we feel that
हाँ
that's
ना गैंग
something
गैंग
that
है
needs
सर
to be
में भी
changed, the
ऐसा
staff
नहीं
was
है bro।
discussing it, so we'll let you guys
Chill
know
bro।
if there'll be any change about it. Using
I
pass out
feel
in
proud
modern
to be led
situations
by
like
IVR
war should not be
when
allowed,
I proud to be
especially
allowed by
using
bye
pass out in
Tata
cars.
bye
should be power gaming. A lot of people should do that. Definitely, I think it's a point that we could discuss in details. I'll make a note of it, Pascal. And if any other admin wants to address this right now, definitely can. If you guys want to discuss about it later, I can make a note of it and we can discuss and probably send you guys a rule reminder about it.
Yeah, we'll note down this point about pass out
Chat,
emotes and being
सुनो
expert.
बस
We'll
सुनो वही
we'll
आवाज मत
explore the
करो.
opportunities with it, and we'll let you know if there's any changes or alterations regarding it.
Only sir
Okay,
Mary.
sure. Pillbox is treated as a meetup zone, not a place where people get treated. People chill at pillbox. Whatever. Again, I know I have seen myself. There are doctors, EMS people who are always, trying to talk to people, motivate people to not stand there if they've been treated. They're not waiting for someone if there's no active RP going, to leave the situation, to leave the area. Be more particular. I would say, guys, there are so many other places wherein you guys can hang out, and then probably there are places where you can, be more creative, give a little bit more RP to other role players as well. There are nightclubs, there are restaurants, with we bringing so much more into 2.0, I think we'd like you guys to, use it to the best potentially, possible. So yeah, I would say definitely point taken. Pascal, definitely. That's a suggestion to everyone. Please go ahead and do that. Our response to the Aviator's example of a civilian making a gang member hostage. If I know my gang member is being made a hostage, I would go save him. If I don't, I'd be rather breaking my own character or let someone else role play. Okay. Again, I think I'll also involve Z and Kaiser and Nelly into answering this, in detail to you,
Mm,
Pascal, because again, we have seen in situations where, again, I hope if you are on the other end, I feel, you could also understand that how it breaks the other, the robbers.
okay, let me explain the,
Sure,
the
Nelly, go ahead.
scenario. Okay, so gang member को hostage बनाया, then you go there to save him, all right. But remember that he is at a gunpoint. If you do something funny, he'll die eventually, right? So वहाँ पे एक scenario create कर सकते हो ना. You can exchange hostages. We are not telling you कि तुम वहाँ नहीं जा सकते, but you cannot just go there and ruin their role play. So yeah, exchanging of hostages can be done there. जिसमें लाइक उनका भी रोल प्ले खराब नहीं होगा, तुम्हारा भी नहीं होगा, राइट? सो
Yeah, I feel
बस
like with this one, we're not trying to limit your RP. We're trying to give you a better direction in which you should RP it out, rather than just doing the casual shit like hands up, give me my friend back, and that's about it. Because the other person at one point will just get upset like, "Bhai low, bhai nahi karna, jao." So at the end of the day, it's not limiting you guys; it's just giving you a different direction to go in. Yeah, go ahead, Light.
Okay. So next point. Thank you, Nelly. Will we be able to switch characters without quitting the game in 2.0? Pascal, I think we'll let you know about this because that's the reason we are keeping the servers not open till tomorrow. Is these are things that we want to check. There are change logs which say whatever they say, we need to verify, rectify those things, as staffs before we give it to you guys to, have a better experience. So, again, my answer would be yes, but then we'll let you know if there is any difference in what
Just don't
happens.
do it until
I
an
just don't
announcement's
do,
made.
yeah, just don't do it until any announcement happens. Okay, I feel police enters every situation, comes in between situations. They should be scared in gang situations going on. And not a maximum of 10. Okay, so again, for police situations, as Keza said, it is true. There's something happening in city. They being law enforcement
कम्युनिटी मीटिंग चल
officers,
रही है
it's
भाई,
their job
कम्युनिटी
to risk their
मीटिंग.
lives to save the civilians. There will be situations that there will be they definitely obviously that there and I think they had a really good discussion. I think Rashid could talk a little bit more detail or Z could talk a little bit more details about it, but I think there was a discussion where they know that there is a lot of hierarchy that they're also following. They're making sure that there's no win situations wherein they back out at the right time, and their lives are also valuable. So that thing is already in place. But then I hope you also understand, Pascal, that there would be situations wherein you know, the whole purpose of their job is to, you know, a lot of times risk their lives to, you know, save civilians, make sure that there is peace and law enforcement set in the city. So I think involvement definitely could not be stopped. But yeah, we have definitely, they have been talking about it themselves. There were, you know, situations where they feel that they could not win, they would, you know, back out a little bit early, you know, come out of the situation. So yeah. Is there a way we can make fake Twitters? I think not, because again, the phone has not changed. It's going to be the same phone. So yeah, I think my answer would be no.
You can post your media in IC media, like anyways. So yeah, for now you can just post your, you know, things which you want to post anonymously on IC media.
Okay,
Any
sure.
fix for clone slash duplication of vehicles? I
What's up,
think
beard bro?
it's
How you
fixed
doing?
now.
Hello, Ashi.
Like
फुल मीटिंग बाजी
Yeah,
हाँ बड़ा
it
ट्विटर
is
फोटो
fixed.
आएगी
As I said, again, these are
एंचो
things
मैं
which
सर्वर में
I'd
नहीं
say
गया भाई मेरे को
are
नहीं
fixed
पता
as per the change
जाऊंगा
logs.
उसके बाद ही
But
बता पाऊंगा
guys,
भाई
हम लोग को थोड़ा टाइम दो. हम लोगों ने सर्वर अभी तभी रखा हुआ है, मतलब the after all the migrations we're gonna spend 2 hours of rigorous testing on it, 2-3 hours of very rigorous testing before we give it to you guys. We're gonna run by all the change logs one by one, you know, and make sure कि जब आप लोगों के पास आए, अगर कोई major bug रह जाता है, we'll make sure that we you know, highlight those things. We'll probably make a different you know, text channel for it and highlight those things, or probably pin those things that these are things you guys still not do until the fix
व्हाट्स
is out.
दैट
But
ब्रो
yeah, most of these things would be fixed. You know, clone duplication of vehicles, I'm very positive that it's fixed.
कितने घंटे मीटिंग पता नहीं ब्रो
People in the
किसी का
server
पहले
are
घूम रहा है
sitting
वो
AFK
साइकिल ले
after
रही है
joining
वो
the
उनका
server
एडमिन
because
वाला
of that
करेक्टर है
others are not able to join. For that, admins are active and they kick the people who are AFK for more than 15 to 20 minutes. If you also, if you want to go AFK, I think it's better to uh, leave the server because काफ़ी reports आ रही हैं जिसमें people are AFK and guys robbing them. So yeah, इसका थोड़ा ख्याल रखो. If you are going to be AFK, then
सीबीआरपी
you should leave
बोलते
the server. Because of gang RP and grinding, civilian RP is dying slowly, even if 100 people are in the server. Yeah, exactly. Keza said that already. कि अपना जो RP है वो थोड़ा डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करो सर्वर में. ऐसा ना हो कि 10 से 15 लोग एक ही जगह खड़े हैं 2 घंटे तक. तो या
लॉल
थोड़ा
समथिंग
डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन होना चाहिए सर्वर में रोल प्ले का. There are literally thousands of
ओ
things
भाई
which you
जेसन
can
की
do
जैकेट व्हाट द फक
if you are creative enough. So
व्हाट
yeah,
द फक
just distribute your role play.
ये क्या है
People need to understand not to forcefully join or disturb a particular RP situation where only certain number of people are required. Not against others joining the situation, but a situation or RP is initiated for others to enjoy, not to disturb or doing force RP just to steal some content out of it. Respecting others'
आपका
role
तो
play and
स्किन
allowing them
व्हाट इज
to
दैट
execute will
क्या
be
होता है ये
appreciated. Yeah, exactly. If you are
ओ
somehow
भाई
involved in that situation, तो सामने वाले
मेरे
की
फ्रेंड
आरपी भी
में
रिस्पेक्ट करनी चाहिए. And if you are not a part of that situation, if you want to be the part of that situation,
अस्तोसी
तो
अब
उधर you should always think कि अगर
नारुतो
तुम उस
लॉल
situation को join कर रहे हो, so how you can, you know, how you can work towards the betterment of that situation. ऐसा ना हो कि तुम्हारे ज्वाइन होने से वो सिचुएशन उनकी खराब हो गई, जो रोल प्ले कर रहे थे प्लेयर्स उनका भी लाइक मूड ऑफ हो गया. सो ऑलवेज थिंक बिफोर यू join any situation. Want to speak IC as a cop? Can we give VM Gaming unmute?
Yeah, give me.
maybe
Let's do the text PTS first.
Okay.
We'll do all the voice PTS
भाई
at
ये
the end.
साले शेयर मेरी भाई
South side or east side gangs fighting on Vinewood, destroying whole city's peace atmosphere. Gang fight should be in gangs areas or something that they hold, not like taking advantages of cars and playing Rocket Leagues all over the city, destroy all the civil. I mean, there are gangs. This totally depends on
आज
their
तो
RP
गिर
where
सब
they
है
wanna fight or where they
आतस्की
wanna do the gang shit.
आकात्सकी
So we cannot like force them to do gang fights in Palito or Sandy only. Like it's their choice. So yeah, but ramming should be the minimum. There should not be ramming in gang fights. Like it's borderline VDM. So yeah, avoid ramming. Any plans of whitelisting gangs in future, cause it will limit gang RP and people who won't. I mean, official gangs, whitelisting gangs, this is like some made up shit. If you are doing gang RP, then you are a gang in the city. Like everything is IC in SVRP. There is nothing like हम gang को official बना रहे हैं, अभी whitelist कर रहे हैं.
Exactly. That would be
Yep.
RP limiting if we limit someone from being a gang or not. You guys, that's the whole point of roleplay, to have,
If you are
have
progressing
predetermined
your character towards a gang, like making a gang or joining a gang, then just do
भाई
it.
200
Like
लाइक 700
nobody is
लाइक
stopping you.
नहीं हो रहा भाई इनसे.
Gangs not fearing police. Yeah, you should always respect cops in front of you. They are the law enforcers, so yeah, they can put you in the jail. You should always respect and fear the cops, even if you are a gangster or cop, a gangster or a like
भाई बोरिंग हो
a
गया. ब्रो
criminal.
समझो आरपी समझो. जो
No
आरपी नहीं समझ
progressive
रहे वही
RP,
बाद में
RP
चैट में
for
आरआर
gang
करते हैं भाई.
fights. Mostly
समझो
gang fights are taken for the
समझो क्या
content.
होती है आरपी.
Yeah, you should put more efforts and more story behind a gang fight. ये ना हो कि एक दिन में इसने मुझे गाली दी, let's go for a gang fight या फिर something like that. There should be a bit like a good story, a healthy story behind behind the gang wars or gang fights. I think yeah, we are done with Abdullah. Next, Kancha want command for race. There is a command for race in our server. इसके प्लीज का या इसके प्लीज का भी हो गया है, क्रॉकी का भी हो गया है, रेट्रो का भी हो गया है. Then we'll move to 9 trick. Making gang fights as TDM and kind of scripted. Yeah, as like already I have said it.
गाइस जितने बजे
there
भी
should be
सर्वर आ
healthy
पाएगा मैं
stories
उस
behind
बजे
the
उतने
gang
बजे
wars
लाइव
या
आ
फिर,
जाऊंगा. तो भी
gang
मेक
fights.
श्योर टू
It
जॉइन
should
डिस्कॉर्ड
not be
फॉर
like,
नोटिफिकेशन गाइस. ठीक है.
आज gang fight
बेशक
करनी
रात
है,
के
let's
4
go to
बजे
the
अगर
server.
सर्वर लाइव आ रहा है तो आई विल
There
बी
should be
गोइंग
a healthy
लाइव
roleplay
एट
behind
4
it.
PM. तो मेक श्योर टू जॉइन.
Is there
make
any
sure to join
option to
Discord for
change the name of
notification, boys.
characters, like जिसका proper name नहीं है, फिर stylish name है, he wants to change, तो change कर सके. Yeah, for that you can do RP with DOJ. हम लोग थोड़ी exceptions बना देते हैं जिसको ज़्यादा need होती है. Like we don't provide the name change of character to everyone, but जहाँ पे ज़रूरत होती है, yeah, he can RP it out with DOJ.
और मैं 4 बजे से
Try to do more RP with new
बता रहा हूँ मैं
people
अगर 4
rather
बजे
doing
आ पाएगा आई विल बी
with same
गोइंग
people
लाइव
every
इन
time.
4 PM. तो मेक श्योर टू जॉइन डिस्कॉर्ड
Distribute
बॉयज.
your
डिस्कॉर्ड
roleplay
ज्वाइन कर
और
लो
लोगों
सारे.
के साथ जितना
YouTube
roleplay,
नोटिफिकेशन नहीं भेज
you will
रहा.
get bored if you do a roleplay
So,
only with one group या फिर
Discord
you do
देगा,
only
make
one
sure to
thing in
join
the
that.
in the server.
So
When you
guys,
come to the
bye-bye,
server, always
Joshan.
think कि what new, what creative, what new can you explore every day. So yeah, there are thousands of things which you can do if you are creative enough. Please add slot increase. Yeah, more slots will be there in 2.0. We just don't know the number, so yeah, we cannot confirm on that, but there will be more slots. What about the optimization? Will we get better performance in 2.0? Yeah, you will get less less ping because we have moved to Mumbai servers, so you'll get a lot less ping. Yeah, you will in all you will get better performance in 2.0.
Exactly.
For sure.
Performance is completely subjective on your computers, but we hope that there should be a good amount of boost for most of you guys, and most of you will be able to find out once the server comes online tomorrow mostly.
It's gonna that long.
People should stop going to military base and aircraft carriers to get helicopters. It's fail RP. As said by Easy MJ, you should not do that. Also, like without mentioning in their backstory, people already know how to fly helicopters or like the things which they shouldn't know how to do. So you should put more efforts or put more thoughts in your role play. Just because it's GTA 5, you should not go to like military bases or any restricted area and do whatever you want. You should think about your actions. Doing unrealistic jumps from cars is something which comes under
हमारी
power
हो गई भाई
gaming. It
ना
should be
दिल्ली
avoided.
में से
Yeah, everybody is whitelisted here. I think they should know what power gaming is, and if they are repeating these unrealistic jumps, if you want to report that, you can always open a ticket regarding that, and will take action against such things. Can
अबे
there
बढ़िया
be
लग रहा
some
है भाई
limitation for
अच्छा लग
gang
रहा है
because every second person is part of a gang resulting no civilian RP? Well, we cannot control people's role play. What they want to do, they will. So yeah, I'll just say distribute. Even if you are a gang member or something, you should distribute your role play, or else eventually you will get bored of
और कब
like
तक है
gang role
मीटिंग
play
पता नहीं
also.
ब्रो भाई कब
So you
होगी
should always distribute
4
your
भाई
role play
कम्युनिटी
and do
मीटिंग हो रही है
something
ब्रो रूल समझाए जा रहे हैं
uh,
पिकाचू को लोगों
like
को
do
जो चैट में
other
आर
things
कर रहे हैं
also.
उनको डिनर कह रहा
Uh,
तूने हाँ यार
I
मैंने
do the
ऑमलेट खाया
recycle job in
आमलेट
city, and I'm in recycle center from October. But nowadays, I mostly see that for earning more money from materials, people just do shift takes so they can earn more money. But think it's power gaming as per my knowledge. Grinding should be minimum, but it's part of the role play. Grinding helps people to progress their story. So if they do that, it's all right,
रिक्वेस्ट है
but
ये
it should be
खाना
minimum.
खाने से पहले खाना
There should
सीखा है
always be some role play involved
सीखना
in
पड़ता है
grinding
वाह
also. If like, there should be efforts
अंडरस्टैंडिंग कर
from
दो सब
players
पिकाचू में
to put more effort in your role play, like
लाल
to grind or something. Grinding is nothing wrong, but it should be minimum. You should be having a proper storyline which belongs to your character. Like there should be progression.
सिखाई
Food
जा रही
items should
अब तो
only be
इंग्लिश
available in
सीखनी होगी भाई
restaurants.
लाल
So places like Burger Shot or similar business will get more RP. Yeah, I agree with it, and yeah, we are in talks with Foster already. After 2.0 and all the things which are
7 इनफ
remaining
है क्या हाँ इनफ है
will give more focus
अगर तुमको
on
सिर्फ
these things like
प्रायोरिटी के
burger
लिए चाहिए तो
shots
ये
or
इनफ है अगर कार्स वगैरह
small
लेनी है तो फिर जो
businesses
तुमको कार पसंद है उस हिसाब से लो
to produce more RP in the server. Light, you can take over.
Sure. Thank you, Nelly. Also, Ashu, until we get that fixed as per, as I said, in the game mechanics, I think if we give each other, enough supportive RP, we can still make the food businesses and other business RP run. So yeah, it's on the community to help each other make those RP
ऐसे
situations
बनेगा
and
सर्वर तो
scenarios
कल
work
से
out.
स्टार्ट होगा या
So yeah, we'll let you guys have a little bit more, be a little bit more creative and have a little
आज
bit
बंद है
more
सर
fun
भाई
with
अब
it.
पावर के
Okay,
बारे में
so
कुछ चेंज
Jack
कराएंगे
says, okay, as I said
देखो
that
देखो
EMS is not replied for things like pulse is the biggest issue. People from EMS doesn't give properly to reply using /me. Haven't seen. I want to learn like saying pulse low instead of they simply saying your pulse seems okay. Thing I wanted to give counter RP to EMS by coming to doctors or saying sadly never got a chance to opposite party. Okay, thank you Jack for putting this forward. Again, with a lot of current interview sessions, Jack, and for everyone, I think what we have seen is people do mention these things when we talk about quality RP scenarios and what do they feel that how quality RP should depict in a server. उनके हिसाब से क्या thoughts होने चाहिए quality RP के. I have heard these examples so many times. If it's not happening, that's seriously very sad. Guys, please be more supportive with each other's RP. Again, EMS is one of the very amazing and a very difficult RP to do in any roleplay server, to be very honest. I think be very kind and humble towards their RP, support their RP.
स्टार्ट
Again, there are not
हेडसेट
a
का
lot of people who could
क्रॉसर HS30
who
भाई
could do that, to be very honest. People
ओल्ड
will
CRP खेलो
very
ऑफ है
very
ओल्ड
easily
न्यू
get
नहीं है
bored
ब्रो
out of
एक ही
those
है
things.
जो
So
भी है
just
एक ही है
respect whatever
हेलीकॉप्टर
they're doing
रशर
for
ने
the
स्पॉन कर
community
दिया
and for the server. Okay, thank you, Jack. Then there are no cops till 4-5 p.m. and when they come, everyone who is waiting for a robbery triggers a bank, which causes multiple robberies, and most of the time they do not get very much chase. A cooldown system could be really helpful. Yes, a cooldown system would be really helpful, and with I think that's one thing that he mentioned that we saw a lot of situations जिसके लिए हमने एक rule reminder भी किया था, which is the server started to look like a robbery simulator. We don't want that situation to happen. So there would be a cooldown system implemented, which was there, I think, in the very beginning. We didn't want to do that.
मीटिंग हम
We
खत्म हो
actually
गई
thought that
जब टॉपिक्स खत्म
that'll
हो गए
again
जब
limit a lot of things, but then we saw that there's that thing happening, so we'll make sure that that thing comes back. I think this is one of the situations where you say that the cops are not available. I think I'll let Z take over. He's the person who can know. Z or Rusher, I think they're
So
available.
I think what the main problem with this right now is, as far as I remember, bank cards have certain timings, and I believe that most of you guys
रॉबरी सुनाटे
attempt to
तो
rob it.
मेरे वाला है
These
किसी
chain
ठीक है
robberies are
भाई
basically
संकल
because the
अच्छा जी
cards work at that
आज
time
GTR
only.
पे होगी तेरी
So
ना
at this moment in time, I get it that it's not a fault of yours because you're trying to rob your bank. You don't know
stop
how many people are robbing it,
simping big
but you have to be mindful
streamers
as well
I don't
that
simp
PD
bruh.
is role played by actual people. It's not NPCs. So there's not going to be
No
an
masala
unlimited amount
no
available.
masala boys
So there are going to be certain times. Most of the time, we're not going to get an officer to respond to your robbery. And you have to also know that PD is not here just to attend your robberies. There are many times where PD might be interacting with a civilian or might be putting the effort in investigating something. So it should not be expected of a cop to show up at every single robbery. And obviously, if you know that the cops aren't available and they are not appearing at robberies, you shouldn't be triggering them continuously to take advantage of the fact. So, and regarding the cooldown, hopefully with 2.0 we should see a robbery cooldown.
Zraka में
But
banned नहीं bro
if
they
it
are just
doesn't get
spamming like
implemented,
that
either way, I believe that we can trust our community on this to understand the basic that at the end of the day, police cannot respond to every situation. um, PTS changing walk styles to gain advantage of a situation. If you're injured or you're changing your walk style to get an advantage and are basically role playing out of a character traits, that's power gaming. For example, if your character is hurt badly and he cannot walk properly because he's injured, and you change your walk style to brave or tough, etc., for the sole purpose of being able to run again, it's power gaming. We've given bans in the past and we won't stop there. So if there are any clips regarding that, feel free to report it. Rockstar 2.0, at this moment, I cannot answer that. But if it does get implemented, we will let you know. Can we have some extra events in the afternoon or evening so people without prior can also participate? Surely, I think a lot of people who organize events are sitting here as well. And we will try to change the dynamics of events, make sure they take place throughout
लेफ्ट
the
स्ट्रीम
time,
किसका
throughout the
है
day, and
लेफ्ट
not
इज
just
केसर का स्ट्रीम
saturated
राइट
towards the
इज
night.
रशर का स्ट्रीम
PTS from Apache, all business RPs, etc., should be taken away from inactive RPs and must be handed over to people willing to do that RP. Apart from that, action must be taken against people giving out jobs and opportunities inaugurally to their OC friends. So, about inactive RPers holding businesses, etc., you are more than welcome to RP it out with the business owner, etc., everything. And yeah, that's something to be done within RP itself and not handled OC by staff unless it's a special scenario. And obviously people giving out opportunities, etc., due to OC friendships and not having IC relations and backstories, etc., to what do you say, rationalize and answer to that opportunity. That's again comes as role play blurring because you are basically
मिस्टर
taking your
वेडमिंग
OC
यस
friendship in character, and if you see that someone is giving an opportunity to someone without any RP taking place or without any character build up or progression right there, you can report it. PD as such have a lot of advantage regard to game mechanics. However, people who just do PD RP need to understand that criminals spend a lot of their time for actually to take unfair advantage and to take unfair advantage of these apprehend the crimes, especially with stuff like randomly making someone remove their mask without any reason and then flexing their PD status. Okay, so if an officer is flexing his PD status, that's completely up to the RP. Although I wouldn't recommend an officer just go around flaunting I'm a cop and I can do anything. Like gangs aren't invincible,
Y'all
neither are
are
cops.
shit
So there
exactly
should be a clear balance between the
they
two. You
do
should know the limits of your character and his traits, etc. And with the fact that you're talking about advantage of game mechanics, if you see someone taking advantage of game mechanics, that's power gaming. I think that's pretty obvious. You can come and report it. And about the fact that people, what do you say, Crim's having a lot to lose. I think that's what they're trying to say over here. I do agree with that, and
अगर मैं
in
शूट नहीं
accordance with
कर
that, the PT,
सकता
if I'm being
तो
open, the
मैं
PT has been adjusted in
लाइन
accordance
अप
to
का
that to
क्या
give the criminals a fair chance. And I don't think that we are at
ओके
that state where PD is completely overpowered. So I believe we have balanced that
लगे 5
quite
के
a bit. But I will take that into
कितने
consideration.
मैसेज आ रहे
And
हैं
if you believe that the PD is still
इंस्टा पे
overpowered, and we as staff see that the PD is
इंस्टा पे
in
जो
a scenario
लाइट
where
बाय
crims are,
फ्योर
what do you
स्टॉर्मर
say,
बाय
it's not a
विलन वगैरह
balance. We
इनका
will
ग्रुप है ना
make
इंटेंस
some
का
changes. But for this moment in time, I think we do have
उस
a
पे
decent
बकचोदी
amount of
होती
balance
रहती है
between the
इसीलिए
two.
आ रहे हैं मैसेज
We're gonna move over to Boombastic. People don't 3-1-1. They bring their friends on their
राका
own. So
राका इज
guys,
नॉट
that's
बैंड
pretty
किसने
obvious. I've
बोला
done that myself. It happens sometimes accidentally. But
अर्शित
yeah, you guys
ब्रो
need to make
प्लीज
sure
चिल
you
ब्रा
3-1-1
डोंट
EMS are there to give supportive RP
डू
and
एनीवन
take supportive RP from you. So if you guys
लगे
just
पड़े हैं
completely
भाई
ruin the RP by
चैट
just taking
करने
your
में
friend and checking them in,
इंस्टा पे
there's no point
म्यूट
of
कर
being
दिया
on an RP server. So make sure you RP out
अरे
with
बफ रहा
EMS.
था अरे
People
कीचड़
don't
की
maintain
चैट में
decorum
चल
at
रहा था ना
hospital. They
इसलिए
park the vehicle there wherever they want, wear masks. I think this has already been done, and this needs to be dealt with IC.
मैं नहीं
With
हुए
the fact
भाई
that
नहीं हो
people are
सकते रखा
staying
भाई
at
बहन
pillbox all the
गांजा
time,
मत
the police
फूको
have been instructed to give those people tickets of a certain. I cannot remember the law at this moment, but yeah, you can handle it IC. I don't think it's really an OC issue. And Nelly has always has given you an example that you have multiple spots throughout the city where you can take your RP, and you
दो का
should
लाइन
spread your RP throughout the city rather than
4 बंदों
concentrated at
का
one area.
एक बंदा
And I
एक
have seen
साथ
people doing
लोकेशन पे
3-1-1
हर
from
चीज
in water, phone, etc. Don't work in water,
लॉल
and sometimes they're
कंफ्यूज
heavily shot rifle bullets. They should in
What's the
3-1-1.
new feature? Let's see.
Okay,
वो
so
होगा देखा वो होगा
regarding the 3-1-1
ड्राइव
in
में भी
water,
होगा
if
तो यू
someone's
नीड टू
3-1-1ing
गेट
in
आउट ऑफ
water
द
from
कार एंड
themselves,
यूज
that is
AR ऐसा
obviously
होगा
power gaming because your phone
चल
isn't
रहा
working.
क्या
But
नहीं
however,
नहीं
if you
कम्युनिटी
3-1-1
मीटिंग
using a local call, or example, a local fisherman saying that local fisherman, I've spotted someone drowning over here, etc., that is more than valid. And in a scenario where you've been shot down with bullets as well, I mean, you're shooting bullets. People are ought to hear you around. So you can always RP it out with a call saying local call. There are shots fired here. Someone's down. Or obviously you shouldn't do something that, what do you say, comes under power gaming, or something that basically breaks character. But yeah, using locals as a method of
आरपी
contacting
नहीं होगी
EMS
नो
is more
आरपी
than
कब चालू
valid.
होगी जब भी
If
चालू
war is
होगी आई
going
विल
on
कम
between
लाइव
two gangs,
गाइस
people
जितने
come
भी
and
बजे
gather
सर्वर अप होएगा
around for
आई
the
विल
sake
कम
of
लाइव
masala. I think they should show
कितना
fear
क्या
in
भी
the life.
टाइम हो उसका
Okay,
ठीक है
so if
क्या
two
भी टाइम हो
gangs
आई विल गो
are in a
लाइव
shootout, it's
व्हाटएवर
pretty
टाइम इट
obvious.
इज
If you're a civilian and you see two gang members shooting out class 1, class 2, or high rifles, etc., your character has to show some fear in that regard and cannot just go over there and walk around, make fun out of it, talk nuisance over there, and just for the sake of masala. Like obviously you have to RP it
ज्वाइन
out. Your character
डिस्कॉर्ड
should be scared.
गाइस
Like the
अगर
bullets flying around, a stray
सबसे
bullet
पहले
may come and hit you, and
आरपी
that's just
देखनी
something
है
for you
नए
guys to
सर्वर
deal
की
with in
तो
RP. I
आई विल
don't
कम
think as a
लाइव
whitelisted
व्हेनेवर इट
community
इज लाइव
these
सर्वर इज
points need
लाइव
to be really put out there.
एट
But
दैट पॉइंट ओनली
yeah, we'll note that down. If we see
फिर
anyone
क्लास का
not
टाइम हुआ
following this,
सर्वर लाइव तो
we'll be taking action on it.
मैं छोड़
And the
दूंगा तो
final
नेक्स्ट दिन
PTS is you can
बस
go to your
ठीक है
motel if you want to be AFK. Okay, so if
बस
you guys
जल्दी
want
कर
to be
रहा
AFK for a while, I would suggest you guys disconnect from the server, because at the end of the day, you're going to be holding a slot for someone. You're going to be holding a slot which someone else could utilize. If you're going AFK for just for a few seconds or a minute, or you just grabbing some food or something like that, that's more than okay. But going AFK for extended periods of time, I'm being honest, I've seen people connect at 8 p.m. and they've been AFK for close to 20 to 30 minutes. So we will just start kicking those people who sit AFK in the server, just so that, like, if you plan on coming to RP at 9:30 and you join the server at 8 just to get in queue and stay AFK for an hour and a half, you're just going to get kicked instantly for AFK. So I don't think that's something that needs to be discussed about. And yeah, if it's a small period of time, it's okay, stay AFK in game. But if you know you're going to be out for an extended period of time, it's better to
बाय
disconnect
बाय
and
हेलो
give someone
प्रियांश
else a
क्या हाल है
chance.
भाई क्या हाल है आज होगी क्या नो सिचुएशन
I
छोड़ क्या
think
हाल है घंटा
that's
हूँ पहले 2
all
दिन से
of
नहीं जा रहा
the
बुखार हुआ बड़ा
PTS. And I just have one final point to convey, which is, again, like I've conveyed it before, but it's really important because that's something that's happening excessively in the server, and that is character breaking. So the amount of situations I have seen where people are breaking character and talking OC because the situation is paused, it's ridiculous. You guys literally, at some points, it doesn't look like it's a whitelisted community because there is so much character breaking. Like, you're in a scenario, the situation is paused due to some technical break or technical error, etc. That's fine. But you guys go completely OC in that scenario, break your character, refer to out of character things, which is completely not acceptable. And just take this as a very stern warning. If you guys are seen breaking character in scenarios where it is not necessary, you will straight away be banned for a period of 1 month, or your whitelist status might even be revoked. So make sure you guys avoid character breaking and do it
अरे
only
सब
in the
बड़े की
scenarios where
अपडेट
it is
सेल्स मिलेगा
absolutely
फीवर ही है
necessary.
ब्रो Enigma which game is this GT5 RP Hello, Samit Singh. What's up?
So we'll move on to the final PTS, that is the voice PTSs. So for everyone who has, I'll leave Easy MJ for the end because he's gonna have quite a bit to explain about DOC. I'll let Money Dawn, if I didn't spell that incorrectly, go ahead with his points. You're unmuted. You can go ahead.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I want to basically say that जब मैं EMS में था so उधर क्या है, मैं अभी भी EMS में हूँ
Is he a
कि
kid?
लोग EMS को कभी-कभार गाली देके जाते हैं, means they are not respecting EMS. Basically, like I was treating a person and उसका दोस्त आया, उसने मेरी एम्बुलेंस हॉट वायर की और वो पिल बॉक्स पे लेके चला गया, मेरे को भागकर उस रोड से पिल बॉक्स तक आना पड़ा। मीन्स देयर इज नो पॉइंट, मतलब ईएमएस को काउंटर आरपी मिलती है बट लोग गालियां भी साथ में बहुत देते हैं, मतलब दे आर लाइक क्यों, मतलब हम अगर उनको कोई सीरियल इंजरी है, हम कह के आपके ट्रीटमेंट होगा तो वो मना कर देते हैं। एक बार हमारे डॉक्टर ने उनको ट्रीट किया, सो ट्रीटमेंट का चार्ज होता है नॉर्मल, सो वी आस्क्ड फॉर दैट, दे पंच हिम एंड गो अवे फ्रॉम द पिल बॉक्स।
Yeah, so I think your point is about respecting EMS, right, overall, and
Yes,
role
yes,
playing
yes.
out with them and maintaining a balance in this. So I think we've already mentioned that on multiple accounts. So I think the community has understood that point about what is expected from them in terms of RPing over there. So I think that should be your point.
Also, if you face any problems in roleplay, try to find the solution in roleplay only. If someone is not respecting you, like as an EMS, or he's abusing you, or he's doing something illegal with you, then you can always go to cops and
Yeah, yes, yes.
file a complaint. So if you face, like, this is for all the whitelisted people, if you face any problems in role play, try to solve that in like role play only. Try to solve it IC. Don't
में बच्चे
bring
क्या
it
कर रहे हैं?
like out
Bro,
in
मैं इस
your
बारे
real
में
life.
मैं कौन होता हूँ इस
That
चीज पे
will
कमेंट करने वाला गाइस?
that
मेरे
will
नाम पे
result
क्यों
in
कर
role
रहे
play
हो?
blurring only.
All right, so that's done. Okay, so Abdullah wants to talk about gang RP. You're unmuted. You can go ahead.
कौन बैन हुआ?
दोबारा
कोई
लिख
भी
लेता,
बैन
वो
नहीं हुआ।
मेरे सारे पॉइंट्स क्लियर आउट हो चुके हैं।
All right, that's great. Okay. We have anyone else? Okay, so CJ wants to speak regarding cop. Go ahead, CJ.
Oh, किसकी WhatsApp
Hello, I'm audible?
Yeah.
कब तक
Go ahead.
तेरा
Yeah,
नहीं जो
yeah.
गड़ा
So actually, my point is, okay, I'll request you guys, admins and moderators, like अगर मैं कुछ भी like गलत बोलूँ तो please stop me, okay? And like अगर मैं कुछ किसी का personal जा रहा हूँ and मैं किसी का नाम नहीं लूँगा, to be honest, and I want to clear as a in character cop, as a मैं play करता हूँ cop character, so उसमें मेरे को कुछ points clear out करने हैं. So I'll go ahead कि guys listen, it's the end of the day एक game है, ठीक है? Like it is a game, but उसको like ऐसे तुम लोग play करो कि real life है, like pretend to it's a real life हो रहा है. And according to the cop character, like come on, don't teach the cops कि तुम लोग क्या कर रहे हो, ठीक है? ये like सर्वर में मैं personally मैंने बहुत notice किया है कि like you guys are teaching cops कि क्या सही है and क्या गलत है. We are doing our jobs. And I would like share a experience on that कि I was performing a check post, ठीक है, like एक check post में perform कर रहा था and like एक car थी, like एक car के साथ कुछ हुआ and the guy suddenly comes out and like he says मेरे टायर पॉप हो गए, give me the compensation. And I don't want to hear anything, just मेरे को मेरा टायर पॉप हुआ है and give me the compensation and I'll leave. So bro, you can't do like that. In real life you cannot perform like this to actually for a cop कि तुम उसको ऐसे जाके बोलो कि like आरपी हो रहा है, आरपी को करो थोड़ा सा, क्यों चेक पोस्ट हो रहा है, क्यों लाइक कुछ काम हो रहा है, लाइक थोड़ा सा गाइस उसको समझो, ठीक है? एंड रियल लाइफ प्रिटेंड करो कि तुम रियल लाइफ में कोई भी कॉप को जाके तुम ऐसे नहीं बोलोगे कि भाई तू ये क्या कर रहा है एंड तुम व्हाट नॉट, ठीक है? थोड़ा सा प्रोफेशनल रहो गाइस इसमें. एंड वन मोर थिंग कि जब कोई एक अकेला कॉप है या फिर 2-3 कॉप है, ट्राई करो कि उसको बोलने दो थोड़ा।
अबे
पर्सनली उस
बोलने से
सिनेरियो
कुछ
पे
नहीं
लाइक
होता
आई
ब्रो, नहीं
वाज
हुए
वी
ना
वर 3
बे
कॉप्स
बैन, चिल
एंड
मारो शायद।
लिटरली आई हैव अ प्रूफ, वहां पर मोर देन 15 से 20 जन लाइक चढ़ गए ऊपर। वो था लाइक सिनेरियो। इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू हैंडल, लाइक पता नहीं कहाँ से आ गए, लाइक सडनली दे कम एंड दे वर लाइक बोले जा रहे हैं एंड नॉट लिसनिंग। जब जब मैं बोल
भाई
रहा
कोई
हूँ
बैन नहीं हुआ गाइस, आर मत करो।
कम ऑन गाइस, थोड़ा सा इसको तुम लोग थोड़ा समझो एंड यू नो एक सिंगल गॉप पे उसका भी आरपी हो रहा है, आरपी प्रोग्रेशन हो रहा है। डोंट उसके ऊपर चढ़ो मत कि इतने सारे बंदे तो लाइक इट्स इम्पॉसिबल टू हैंडल टू बी ऑनेस्ट। इतने सारे बंदे कहाँ से आ गए, उसका थोड़ा समझो एंड थोड़ा सा गाइस प्रोफेशनल रखो कि यू आर स्पीकिंग विद द कॉप्स। एक पॉइंट क्लियर आउट किया था एडमिन मॉडरेटर ने, किसी ने कहा था कि कॉप का तुमको डर होना चाहिए। कब डर होना चाहिए, बट इतना भी नहीं कि लाइक तुम कुछ ज़्यादा ये करो। एंड ऑफ द डे गेम है, बट इतना रखो कि प्रोफेशनल लगे, इट सीम्स लाइक प्रोफेशनल। और मेरा वही एक मेन पॉइंट है। एंड टू बी ऑनेस्ट एक है लाइक व्हेन यू कोई भी तुम क्राइम कर रहे हो, लाइक कुछ भी एक क्राइम हो रहा है एंड व्हेन वी से कि तुम्हारा लाइक आई गिव यू द एग्जांपल कि मैं बोलूंगा कि तुमको टेल मी योर रेडियो फ्रीक्वेंसी, लाइक आई वांट टू नो योर रेडियो फ्रीक्वेंसी, लाइक तुम्हारा रेडियो फ्रीक्वेंसी क्या है उस टाइम पे। यू कैन नॉट लाइक उसको तुम चेंज नहीं कर सकते। सी एज अ गेम मैकेनिक्स वी कांट नहीं दिखता है, ठीक है, कि तुमने रेडियो फ्रीक्वेंसी चेंज किया कि तुमने नहीं किया। बट आई हैव नोटिस सम पीपल डूइंग दैट। वो बात करते करते रेडियो निकाल के उसने चेंज कर दिया फ्रीक्वेंसी एंड उसने यू नो प्रिटेंड कर रहा है कि मेरा रेडियो फ्रीक्वेंसी है। गाइज ये टोटली अंडर पावर गेमिंग आता है। थोड़ा सा लाइक इसको भी समझो कि थिंग्स डजंट वर्क दैट टाइम एंड छोटी छोटी बातों पे गाइज कोड रेड ठीक है, कोड रेड भी सही है कि लाइक
नाइस।
यू कैन डू द कोड रेड, बट उसके लिए भी एक प्रॉपर एक आरपी वो करो। बैंक रॉबरी
I
में
agree.
कोड रेड चलता है, बैंक रॉबरी में कोड रेड चलता है, इट्स टोटली एक्सेप्टेबल कि चलो हो रहा है। बट तुम छोटा सा लाइक बातचीत हो रहा है, कुछ हो रहा है, सर तुमको वार्निंग दिया, निकल जाओ।
Yeah,
दिस इज
so
वार्निंग एंड निकल
there's
जाओ।
the thing is there's a difference between planned code reds and code reds which go out of hand. So you guys should try to avoid just continuously planning code red for the sake of killing cops. And then there are code reds which happen because like your character has no other option other than to shoot to save himself. So what I hope everyone just noted what CJ had to speak. And yeah, apart from that, I think CJ that should be your point cleared out.
या एग्जैक्टली। और एक छोटा सा लाइक पॉइंट आई वुड लाइक टू ऐड कि ये जो पीडी के जो हॉट वायर यू नो गेम मैकेनिक्स में वेरी इजी टू हॉट वायर विद द लॉक पिक्स, ठीक है। वी आर लाइक अगर कोई जाता है
Yeah, I
पीडी
think
कार
you're
कहीं पर
talking about people hot wiring cop cars and just
एग्जैक्टली
running them on street.
एग्जैक्टली
Yeah, yeah.
एग्जैक्टली
Just be aware. Already discussed. Be aware of consequences in
कर
RP.
लिया, मिल गई
You
शांति।
can't
नो, दिस इज
just
नॉट अ शांति,
yeah,
कम ऑन मैन, यू
yeah.
कैन
Chill,
नॉट
chill,
अंडरस्टैंड
chill.
द आरपी। सॉरी सॉरी।
Yeah, no worries. So exactly, guys. Just be more aware of the consequences about your backlash with PD and talking to PD and the way you behave with them. And yeah, that's about it. And let me see if there's any more voice PTS.
हाँ दे भाई,
All right,
मैं भी आराम
I
करता
think
हूँ।
we're good. So before we close out, I think most of you know already that the Department of Corrections has just been introduced. I'm just going to give you a very basic introduction to it. Basically, they work at the prison. Their job is to make sure that the prisoners, like the criminals who have been sentenced, leave the prison changed and do not repeat the same actions. That's about it. The rest is completely up to you guys to go explore in RP how the DOC works, how they behave with you, how the entire SOPs work, what do they do to change you around. So I would recommend that most of you guys go ahead and explore it because it's a new type of RP and I'm sure most of you guys will enjoy it. And I think that's most of the points done. So yeah, I think we're gonna wrap up the community meeting.
RR तो ही रह
We
सो।
will be getting 2.0 tomorrow. So I hope most of you guys are excited for it. And as most of you know, we should be seeing the exclusive dealership open as well with the 2.0 update tomorrow. So yeah, I think it's going to be a good day for you guys
हाँ
tomorrow,
क्या
and I can't wait
फ्लैश।
to see you guys in the server exploring around. Just be mindful, guys, of all the points that we've discussed today, because with every community meeting, the staff is going to get stricter as the community grows. We have to be more careful and nurture it around to make
Yes
sure
guys, Raka is banned guys,
server
everyone.
rules
Yes,
and
Raka
violations
is
don't go out
banned
of hand.
guys.
So yeah,
You are right
see you
guys,
guys
राका
tomorrow
भाई is
with
banned, अब
2.0
unban नहीं
and
हो
the
पाएंगे
EDM.
राका भाई, and 2.0 नहीं खेलेंगे guys राका भाई, sorry guys, बुरा लग रहा है guys, मेरे को पता है तुम
Thanks
राका भाई
everyone
के
for
डायरेक्ट
joining.
फैंस हो, बट guys राका भाई is banned guys. SVRP में राका भाई आपको और नहीं दिखेंगे, अब आपको अलर्ट करना पड़ेगा हर बंदे की चैट में. मिल गई खुशी. ओके 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 चैट ओके. खुश गाइस खुश. Yes guys, राका भाई बैन guys. ओके ओके चैट ओके. और कुछ चैट और कुछ. Rest in peace गार गार्ड. यस फीलिंग मैम भाई. और क्या चाहते हैं भाई चैट वाले, यही चाहते हैं ना. मंडे भाई हम लाइव ठीक है. मैं कह रहा हूँ वेलो खेलोगे
अभी?
हाँ
हाँ
आओ एक मैच खेलते हैं. आर कर दूंगा भाई साहब. बैग वैन सहज 15 के कराओ, नहीं तो अगर मैं नहीं होगा गाइस बिल्कुल. अब मैं भी ऐसे करूँगा गाइस, मेरे 15 के कराओ यूट्यूब पे, नहीं तो रखा हुआ मैं नहीं हूँ.
सबको बुला. तो किधर है?
बुलाओ बुलाओ.
मतलब अभी वही ये चेंज हुआ है शायद. एफपीपी नहीं है.
एफपीपी नहीं है, सिर्फ ड्राइवर शूट नहीं कर सकता.
वाह भाई.
यस
तो 5 जाना.
5 जा सकते हैं. देखो 5 वी कैन गो, बट एयर्स के साथ जाएंगे एंड विल गेट ऑफ द कार एंड शूट. वो वाला सीन होगा फिर, समझ रहे हो.
मैं मोबाइल से रुक जाऊँ.
ओए मैं लाइव हूँ, मेरा निकनेम चेंज कर दो लाइव वाला कोई कभी, या कोई वीसी बना दो लाइव नाम से.
मैं एक नया वाला.
हाँ हाँ वीसी बना दो लाइव नाम से, लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग वाला.
यो
अगर आप भी चाहते हो कि रागा या ना तो लाइक मारो. यस गाइस लाइक मारो सारे.
भाई मैं आता हूँ, मोबाइल से रुक जाऊँ.
EDM का तो डिलीट ही कर दिया भाई.
वेट ब्रो वेट, वी आर लाइव. सब लोग बैन हो गए गाइस. यस गाइस सब लोग बैन हो गए. फिर आ रहा था भाई. व्हाट अबाउट मेमोरी, वो भी वैनिश हो गई. हाँ भाई वो भी वैनिश हो गई भाई. वो भी सहज भाई आरपी में एफपी हटा दिया. एफपीपी है शूटिंग में.
तेरे को पूछ के आ गया.
हाँ हाँ राका की बैन हुआ, बस ऐसे मन किया वो बैन हो गए. उनको वो बोल रहे थे कि मेरे को आरपी नहीं खेलनी, चैट वाले बहुत आरआर करते हैं, तो इसीलिए उन्होंने कहा कि केजर भाई को बैन कर दो मुझे. एंड केजर भाई ने फिर उन्हें बैन कर दिया. जब चैट वाले आरआर करना बंद करेंगे, जब अनबैन हो देंगे. लू आ गए आपके नानो. ठीक है गाइस समझ गए. तो चैट वाले जब आरआर करना, बच्चों की तरह समझाना पड़ता है भाई इनको.
Death match. Warm up.
कुछ भी वो तो ठीक है, तुम भी तो चैट में कुछ भी बोल रहे हो. तुम भी चैट में कुछ भी बोल रहे हो. मुझे बोल रहे हो कुछ भी. बच्चों की तरह समझाना पड़ रहा है तुम्हें. पता नहीं भाई. पिकाचू बोल रहे हैं तो यस गाइस राका ये बैंड होगा. हाँ लगी है। अब मैं कह रहा हूँ कि राका भाई बैंड, तब चैट वाले बोल रहे राका भाई नॉट बैंड। जब मैं कह रहा था इज नॉट बैंड, जब चैट वाले वाज लाइक राका भाई इज बैंड। क्या बोलते हैं गांजा गुंडा पूरी पे गाइस। मतलब ओके वेट आई विल लीव द मैच। राका भाई राइट
लाइव चल रहा है क्या?
यप
हेलो चैट, व्हाट्स अप?
कब रिकॉर्ड नहीं करके दिया यार, को अच्छी बात नहीं है।
बच्चा ओ बच्चा।
हेलो गाइस न्यू
आ गए वापस घर।
यस यस यस।
यस अब रिकॉर्ड कर देना फिर आज।
ये
कौन पे खेलना है क्या?
देखो अगर खेल सकता तो यस वी कैन। लेकिन सारे यार फिर को व्यूअर्स में जाने का प्लान है। और क्या हाल है? अब बैन का चलता रहता ऋत्विक भाई यार क्या ही बोले। मैं आ जा गया वेलो इसको पे भाई टाइम लग जाएगा अभी ऐड वगैरह करने में। एडिट वगैरह भी नहीं हूँ मैं। एक मैच खेलूंगा देन शुमा स्लीप। फीवर है ना भाई, गेम खेलने का मूड नहीं है। अच्छा है एफपीपी है वरना रखा भैया की एमआरपी की and says make it driving in RP respect the yesterday's one it was several seconds are the same। अरे दिक्कत ना भाई, बादशाह की ड्राइविंग घटिया गाइस, एमजे की घटिया नहीं होने देंगे। दिक्कत न को गाइस। बकचोदी कर रहा है टिल्लू, मेरे को पता है बकचोदी कर रहा है। और ये चैट वाले बच्चे ट्रिगर भाई राका को कैसे बैन कर, राका भाई को कैसे बैन कर देगा गाइस।
Wow, YouTube. I'm fun.
आया जर पे नहीं होगा नहीं। चल भाई हेल्थ का ध्यान रखना। यस ब्रा इज नॉट बैंड। मैंने पिन मैसेज में लिख रखा है बड़ा बड़ा इज नॉट बैंड।
We need new video dropping.
Hashtag pop. He is not banned। नहीं he is not banned। लेकिन चैट को तो आरआर करने का मौका चाहिए ना। चैट अगर अभी सोनी इंस्टाग्राम फॉलो किया तो अभी मैं करता है। यस गाइस फॉलो मी ऑन इंस्टाग्राम एंड जॉइन द डिस्कॉर्ड गाइस। सभी के सभी फटाफट।
What has Kingdom done to this town? However pretty their lies are, they're just sucking my city dry.
अब क्या बोल रहा है साइफर? ऐसे लगा डीएम देख स्पेशली भेजिए।
राका भाई का क्या हुआ? राका भाई बैन कर दिए गए हैं। मैंने राका भाई से बोला जब तक मेरे 15,000 फॉलोअर्स नहीं होंगे आई विल नॉट अनबैन। तो ही सेड दैट कि कोई मुश्किल नहीं है, ऑडियंस मेरे कैरेक्टर से लव करती है और 15,000 फॉलोअर्स कर देगी तेरे इंस्टाग्राम पे।
सुन ले गाइस, चलो 15,000 फॉलोअर्स करो गाइस इंस्टाग्राम पे। चलो चलो चैट जल्दी दियो। भाई क्यों अटक रहा है भाई ये?
Spike carrier down. Okay. I have the spike.
Last player standing.
हो गई, लोड़े लग गए। सुन ले गाइस 15,000 कराओ जल्दी अब। चलो चलो चैट चलो लियो चैट लियो। दोबारा सुनना गाइस, दोबारा सुनना। ये लो दोबारा सुनो।
राका भाई का क्या हुआ? राका भाई बैन कर दिए गए हैं। मैंने राका भाई से बोला जब तक मेरे 15,000 फॉलोअर्स नहीं होंगे आई विल नॉट अनबैन यू। तो ही सेड दैट कि कोई मुश्किल नहीं है, ऑडियंस मेरे कैरेक्टर से लव करती है और 15,000 फॉलोअर्स कर देगी मेरे इंस्टाग्राम पे।
ओके चैट ओके ओके चैट सही है चैट, समझ गए? यार नहीं करना अब फॉलो करना गाइस, मेरे को भी फॉलो करना गाइस। केजर भाई के साथ गाइस मुझे भी फॉलो करना, समझेगा? केजर भाई का तो बहुत है गाइस, मेरे को फॉलो करो यार तुम। क्या यार गाइस डिस्कॉर्ड भी ऑन करो यार। व्हाट इज भाई मां
I got the spike.
This is business. Yes, this is business guys.
शावर्स चल शावर्स।
ब्रो
शावर्स
बंदा
प्लांट।
वन टैप पट मार रहा है।
वहाँ कर दे लाइन अप था यार उसके लिए।
गाइस कराओ यार, फॉलो मारो यार, सब्सक्राइब भी मारो यार।
वो रिंगा वो शॉवर का पीछे से जाके उधर से बॉम्ब फेंक सकता था।
Last player standing.
What the fuck? गाइस मेरे को फॉलो करो गाइस, मेरे 1K करा दो और उसी में मैं करा दूंगा मैं। तुम फॉलो तो मारो, 1K कराओ गाइस। चलो 600 ही करा दो यार, 550 कुछ है
इसमें। बात यही है ना ब्रो, स्मर्फ बहुत ही ज्यादा होता है वैलो। हाँ
होता है।
Just watch me.
इसलिए मेरे को खेलने इसलिए इतना खेलता नहीं बहुत ही।
मैं तो मस्ती के लिए खेलता हूँ, मेरे को रैंक से फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता। हमने देखा नहीं मेरा रैंक कार्ड गोल्ड का है।
स्मर्फ मतलब हमारा एक्सपीरियंस खराब होगा ना।
हाँ वो तो है। मेरा आपने देखा रैंक कार्ड गोल्ड का है, लास्ट सीजन में गोल्ड 3 था। इस सीजन मेरा मैं खेल ही नहीं रहा रैंक के लिए, मैं मस्ती के लिए खेल रहा हूँ ना। सीरियसली खेलें तो फिर जय श्री राम, तुम्हारे पिक एडिट कर रहा हूँ, इंस्टा देख लेना। ओके guys, Rakaba is banned because you are not completing 1K followers on Instagram and YouTube is not sending Discord notification. That's why Rakaba is banned. Okay guys, भाई यार अब छोड़िए। बुला रहा भाई, मैं भी आ रहा कर दूंगा, करूँगा अगली बार से भाई। मौत के बाद याद आ रहा है कोई, मिट्टी मेरे कब्र की उठा रहा है कोई, खुदा तो पल के जिंदगी कब्र से उदास जा रहा है कोई। अरे 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 मैं बोला था बच्चे सीधे से भाई भैया वहाँ से आई रखा है। दोबारा सुन लो भाई, दोबारा सुन लो। ये लोग कहाँ से आई है अब भाई, सुन लो गाइस यार।
भाई क्या हुआ, राका भाई बैन कर दिए गए हैं। मैंने राका भाई
30 seconds left.
15,000 फॉलोअर्स नहीं होंगे, आई विल नॉट अनबैन यू। तो ही सेड दैट के कोई मुश्किल नहीं है, मेरे कैरेक्टर 15,000 फॉलोअर्स कर देगी तेरे इंस्टाग्राम पे।
ठीक है गाइस, समझ गए? अब मेरे भी करने गाइस, मेरे भी 1000 करने। राका भाई ने ये भी कहा था गाइस, ये भी कहा था 1000 करने गाइस। ठीक है चैट, चेयर पीछे मत किया कर यार।
मैं तो आगे करता हूं।
हो ही नहीं रहा किसको। टाइटल मत कर भाई, टाइटल चेंज शोम्या भाई।
लेट्स गो ए
शोम्या डोंट चेंज, रुक जा। तेरे नहीं करेंगे, ठीक है भाई, ठीक है भाई। रिंगा रिंगा तेरे ने
Bomb buddy out.
क्या कर रहा हूँ यार मैं। एट द राइट राइट पे, यहीं पे राइट में, एकदम बिल्कुल यहीं पे राइट में वो रहा। लेफ्ट में आपके, नहीं अपना है।
Cage triggered. Cage triggered.
1
Last player standing.
एक वहाँ शावर कह रहा हूँ ramps TNT
One of my cameras is broken. Oh, wait. Okay, it's fine.
उसकी स्टोन कैसे मारी अरे वो पैकेट लॉस है ब्रो दैट इज पैकेट लॉस 70 पैकेट लॉस आ रहा है मेरा छोड़ रहा हूँ भाई छोड़ रहा हूँ ये मैच कर हैं ये मैच कर लूँ हाँ मेरे को सब पता है
I need to blow something up. Get him. Multiple enemy targets. Nice mini sentry. Our secretary is killed.
Cage trigger.
पैकेट लॉस आ रहा है भाई पढ़ ले भाई कोई ना
Headshot.
पढ़ रहा है भाई सब काउंट पढ़ रहा है गाइस होने वाला है 400 के व्हाट्स अप व्हाट
Where is everyone hiding?
What the
There's
fuck
out.
seconds left.
बी जाओ वापस जेट बी गया प्लांट
Last player standing.
क्या हगरा भाई मेरे सर पे सब बता ब्रो क्या बताऊं भाई
अल्टी थोड़ी ये सही से दिखता नहीं है ना
एक बार ही दिखाता है बस वो कि कहाँ पे कौन है
पहले 2-3 बार दिखता था अभी वो भी नर्फ जैसा कर दिया
मेरा तो 70 पैकेट लॉस हो रहा है 070 क्या ओपन है भाई ऐसा
I'm saving. Oh, do I have to attach legs to the spike now? Let's make
Hello.
some chaos.
लाइव खेल रहे हो क्यों लाइव
मैं हूँ
Bomb buddy out.
क्या बकचोदी हो रही है ये
नहीं
मैं तो
कितने
पैकेट
किए
लॉस में ही मर जा रहा हूँ ब्रो मैं तो
Last player standing.
कोई बात नहीं सब
यार
चिल मारो
चिल ही भाई मैं तो
Found them.
क्या हक रहे हैं भाई सारे
I can't see them yet, but I can feel them getting ready.
इस मारना पड़ेगा मारना है क्या जेट बताओ
Don't overthink it. That's my job.
तेरे पैकेट लॉस फ्लक्चुएट हो रहा है मेरा बहन नेक्स्ट सॉन्ग कब सपने में
लिट्टे 110 है 110 है
Got one.
प्लांट
one is in
I got the
lamps
Last player standing.
वही है no. बहुत आ
Spike planted.
One enemy remaining.
Joke's over! You're dead!
kill what the fuck what the fuck हेलो रिपाले व्हाट्स अप अरे अपना कवर डिस्ट्रॉय कर दिया हाँ भाई कभी नहीं भाई पेटीएम से मैं नहीं कर रहा चल बकचोदी करता है
Remember, wipe the prints from your guns.
नहीं मेरा फोन नहीं है मेरा पेटीएम ही नहीं है आई डोंट यूज पेटीएम ब्रो मैंने पेटीएम करना बंद कर दिया ब्रो थैंक यू फॉर व्हाटएवर अमाउंट यू डोनेटेड ब्रो ओके अब तो याद
या
मैं देता हूँ इनको एंटी फ्रैग ब्रो बहुत चूत मैं नहीं खेल रहा भाई निकल यहाँ से निकल यहाँ से
Here. Toxin screen down. Poison core emitting. Poison's off.
हो गया भाई मेरा हो गया मंडे भाई मेरा तौबा तौबा बड़े भाई की ट्वेलिटी भाई अब बकचोदी करता रहता है भाई साइड में बैठ के दिमाग खराब फालतू में
You should run. One enemy remaining.
Go destroy it. क्या हो रहा है भाई खेला क्यों नहीं जा रहा ढंग से भाई ये पैकेट लॉस हो रहा है उस रीजन से नहीं खेला जा रहा क्या रीजन है मेरे को नहीं पता
HYPERX
Junie, let's do what we do. Bomb buddy out.
Reloading.
वो देखो पैकेट लॉस देख रहे हो
Spike planted. Killed my bot.
One enemy remaining.
Gone.
क्या मैं 2 रुपीस गेम प्ले
We get a pick, we move in. Got it?
ये देखो देख रहे हो guys देख रहे हो मेरी गलती नहीं है ये पैकेट लॉस की गलती है FPS और पैकेट लॉस की
Can I get this?
Thanks.
कुछ तो ऐसा चल भी नहीं रहा। What up, gaming? Sorry, what?
See ya! Go get him. Spike carrier's down.
Enemy down.
I have the spike.
Reloading.
Where to go?
Can I have the spike?
आजा तो इधर आजा।
Spike दे दे भाई।
Reload. Fires out.
Go plant.
Last player standing.
Trigger.
Low भाई।
30 seconds left.
कोई नहीं भाई, क्या ही बोले।
You say something?
मेरा तो पैकेट लॉस आ रहा है बहुत
Sorry.
ज्यादा, मैं
Ear's
उस वजह से
still
नहीं खेल
ringing.
पा रहा। अब तो आदत सी है मुझको। बड़ा गेमिंग सर, क्या हाल? गाइस मैं कचरे से भी ज्यादा कचरा खेलता हूँ।
Go get him.
Joke's over! You're dead!
और फिर कैसे मारे वहाँ?
They're dead.
आ गया क्या? कल आएगा ब्रो।
Last player standing.
एंटी ब्रो। गलत।
Last round in the half.
Spend those creds before we lose them.
भाई बस साइड में घुसा दो रेस कैट भाई, निकाल लेंगे राउंड। बस साइड में प्लांट करवा दे मेरा प्लांट। एंट्री देना पड़ेगा ना जेट ब्रो को, सारे साइड में हम अकेले नहीं घुस पाएंगे समझ रहे हैं। इंटरनेट मेरा खुद नहीं चल रहा है। मरना मत ना उठा ऐसे करके, तो मर के साइड में मिलेगा ना समझ रहा है। अंदर है चाहे कितना निकाल बच जा, बस साइड में घुस जा। हमारा क्या बनता है
भाई मार्क नहीं हो रहा भाई, वो मेरा पैकेट लॉस की वजह से पहले मर जाता हूँ, बाद में दिखता है मरा पड़ा हूँ।
Fires out.
वाह भाई।
You will not kill my ally.
My world.
पैकेट लॉस हो रहा है यार बहुत ज्यादा। वेट आई विल क्लोज द
Switching
स्ट्रीम।
sides.
चलो गाइस आज के लिए इतना मिलता है, सबसे कल टेक सी ओपन जनरेशन सब्सक्राइब द चैनल डायरेक्ट बाय लव यू ऑल एंड हैव अ ग्रेट डे, पीस आउट गाइस। जब डिस्कॉर्ड ज्वाइन कर लो नोटिफिकेशन के लिए, जब भी SVRP 2.0 अप होगा आई विल बी